mega pogging out of his mind.
He's never
So
not
I
up
think,
for it.
Matt, we've got to inject a bit of energy as well. So we'll get him going.
We'll have to.
During
We'll
these
have to do our
games.
best. Let's get the game on. Grab your friends, it's time to see a little bit more variety. With one of each and every unit, it's the diversity. Hello and welcome to the grand final. We've got Isildur's USF. He's locking in with Mechanized as his commander. One of the greatest Company Heroes 2 players ever to play the game. We're very, very lucky to be watching him in his relative prime. I'm here today with Ed 80Hz and talk a little bit about the player in the East, Ed.
We have the one and only OrangePest, the last remaining Swede in this tournament. He knocked out the famous YouTuber, streamer, everything now in Elpen. So it's a tough old slog that, but now, yep, he's logged in breakthrough doctrine, Matt. So he's got a lot of diversity at his hands with the units here, and selects the Kubel as second unit. What a Chad.
A lot of variety in this tournament, and breaking up the light cover outside is cut off. The Kubel's going to go yonder. It's going to go looking. He's going to be up against his natural rival, the WC5-1 military truck. We've not seen this bad boy in a tournament final since, gosh, was it the World Championships 2020, Ed? I think you did a bit of casting for that.
Used to be everywhere at one point, yeah. WC51 OP, I remember being shouted out from the Reddits. But no, he's back. Mechanized company. It's rare you even see that portrait anymore, Matt. Like, I don't think I've seen it in auto match.
No, it's not the most. It's not the most popular commander of the tournament for the USF. That will go to Recon with the Greyhound, etc. But Isildur just loves those cav rifles, and he loves getting a bit of combined arms as well, if necessary. I mean, we've seen Loveness use that on Nexus against his arch rival DevM in the past. But yeah, WC51 Ed, it's got to get that 45 munitions, and then it can become a little bit of a killer.
Yeah, and at the moment, it's built up some veterancy whilst getting shot in the face, but it also can cap without any vet needed, so useful little tool there for Isildur. But I just want to say, OrangePest capping order is out of this world. I don't even know.
Well, he always goes for the fuel
off.
so hard on this map in particular. He'll prioritise it at all costs, and he's gotten one of them in the south, and now his mission is to decap Isildur's in the north.
Kubel's doing a lot of work. He's going to get a little love shove on the rifleman with the stern powers in tow. They don't follow up though, so they're going for the old STG Shooter Born in Heaven awards, the 100 meter head skills, but it's not happening. Kubel backs off.
Do decap that munitions, and the first Vulture India squad's going to get their own munition cut off over there. So Isildur, he's been suffering until the lieutenant comes out. The lieutenant's going to give him a little bit more firepower on the field with the SMG and the carbines.
Yeah, and just OrangePest having that Panzer Fusilier available with this commander has helped him out in the very early games, but now WC51 is that Giga Chad with the 50 cal upgrade.
Yeah, and Isildur did really well there. He just backpedaled until he got to heavy cover, and there's not too much OrangePest can do about it. That said, he does have both fuel points. He has a really decent income of plus 36. Isildur only has plus 16. And let's see if this first truck goes mechanized. I'm expecting it to. Here we go. Locking and loading now. Into, there we go, mechanized regimental.
Could have a good little fast Luke's coming out. 50 cal in tow for Isildur. It's going to be tough. Like, he's got to get the cav rifleman out, I think, for a little soft counter against light vehicles. But they're going to be about let's say 2 minutes away. This is a White Flash Reborn map, so a lot of resources coming in for OrangePest. And yeah, the off-meta capping order actually worked out for him. Fair play.
Yeah, not too bad. When he gets this converted truck, he will have 2 Fausts, which is important because the M20's coming out soon. Comrade Strellock, who did a follower alert for me recently, he's a decent guy. He's said the levels are good, Ed. We're all ready to rock and roll on today's best of 5, and you can hear both of us loudly and clearly, which I've heard is a good thing in the casting industry.
Yeah, thank you, Strellock. It's been an age-old thing where I never trust what Matt says on our levels. So.
Ever. So now I have to get, like, I don't have to get confirmation from chat, so he trusts. Yeah, he trusts a random person, but he won't trust a friend, and that's it for you, guys.
If the wind's right, I can hear Matt at my house, and he's 100 miles away.
My neighbours do have a petition with the council, all 100 of them in the local area. Here we go, we've got Lieutenant vying for control of the fuel, and in the north we've got the rear echelon trying to do the same. Low health rifle squad though, so the ambulance is having to come out after. Oh, nice grenade there by the Panzer Fusiliers. Will Isildur lose an early squad? Lieutenant's hightailing it back to base. One shot needs to connect, he's out of vision and out of range.
I think he needed to keep chasing that and not stop for the accuracy there. Just got to roll the dice a bit more. But OrangePest, great early nade there. Just popped with the G43s as well. Lost a few models on the entrance. Lost a couple of models. So that's why I don't think the wipe is available. Good retreat from Isildur, though. It was quick to the test.
Just trying to times 28 by 4 in my head. What's 4 times 8? Is that 36, is it? 32, 38 plus 112 manpower there wasted with one grenade, so not too shabby in the early going. My maths is bad for an accountant, though, I have to say. I prefer it when it's in Excel. Stern Pioneer's been pushed around by the double whammy of light vehicles. He's going for a Luke's, not a Puma, Ed. Interesting.
Yeah, fast Luke's, but 35 fuel a minute for Isildur, so you know, the Steward's not too far behind. I think this is going to be a bit of a mismatch. Oh, this is going to be tough timing to execute for OrangePest. He's going to have about a 30-second window of Luke's versus very, very light vehicles. But
yeah,
I don't know, Matt.
It's tough.
With this map, you got to predict there's extra resource points on all White Flash Reborn maps, so it's scary if you're banking on Stewart not coming out on time.
Well, I've noticed some players nowadays, it's only taken them 10 years of Company Heroes 2, they prioritise the standard territory points, and White Flash Reborn maps do have 2 extra standard territory points, they have 12 instead of the traditional 10. So it's a perfect map for that rear echelon's low, but that guy has a lot of health, he'll be fine. He's got...
Oh, there has been a mine laid down, Matt, just to get you aware of it. North of the fuel, the bottom fuel.
Yeah, where the M20 just came from.
Right in the choke point,
Oh, no. Oh,
yeah,
dear.
So no sweepers inside. Luke's.
I see it there.
Oh, he doesn't know it, but he's gone the right way.
Oh, that could have been moments from disaster and an early game, well, early series lead for Isildur. That would have probably ended up in a 1-0 victory had the Lukes died, in my opinion.
Amazing how USF have come back, like after that quite early first blood to OrangePest.
Kubal's going to have a tough time here, Ed. It's going to explode. Oh, so close! So close!
Ooh.
Oh, God. Moments from disaster. Meanwhile,
it would have been nice if the Kubal ate it, because at least then, you know, it's not the Lukes, but wow, how lucky that little Kubal that could is.
Well, he's still got to come back. Maybe he'll come back over it, because he might try for this gap in the fence there. Right, we've got Lieutenant with the bazooka. That's going to apply soft pressure to the Lukes, who's picked up a kill, but not much more. Kubal watch, he's finished. Oh, which way is he going to go? Right, okay, victory point. We'll keep an eye on it.
Oh, and it's a captain tech instead of the. I thought, where's the Stewart, Matt? And
yeah,
he's gonna go for maybe the half track instead. No, an
M1
gun
gun
straight after the captain.
Yep.
Okay. Good unpredictable stuff here from Isildur. You can't say that every game.
No, I think it was a good choice yesterday in his semi-final versus the guy he beat in Kauna to go the M1. It turned out to be fruitful on Mill Road. We'll have to see if it is equally as fruitful on Nexus. Not always the best map for AT guns, thanks to these assemblies here, and it's quite narrow, so the AT guns can be pressured and decrewed quite easily, usually.
Yeah, and Inkuna, I think, had a good game 1, if I remember right, and proved that Isildur can bleed a bit, but yeah, I think OrangePest is a different kind of beast altogether, I think.
You know what they say about things that can that bleed? We can kill them.
Well, there's one thing, trying to take a few models from Isildur and bleeding them, but there's another thing getting any wipes, and I just thought that Lieutenant living was such a big moment there in the early game for this one.
Yeah, and we've been deprived of players that can really take it to Isildur. Be it via cheating allegations, Relic hiring them, or being banned. There's your three. We had Seeking, Devem, and Kimbo. All three super aggressive players that could challenge the mighty Isildur with a different gameplay style. And on paper, OrangePest can be very aggressive, but he's not the same kind of aggressive. He's a little bit more like just attack map player, so a control player that happens to have a high aggression profile. He's not a jungler. He's not a heads down, whomping at your chest kind of player.
No, but a good flank here from OrangePest with Stern Powers coming up from the south, pushing this. Yeah, he gets the retreat on the 50 cal. That's big. Now he can start bullying these riflemen with the Lukes and look for that Kimbo map wipe on.
OrangePest. Two big things have just happened. He just made Isildur eat yet another nade, and he's just swept the mine.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
That's 50 munitions down the drain for Isildur, but you know, if the Kubo had been a smidgen to its right, it would have been dead, so.
I wonder how long that M20 mine's been on the field for, because I always... I'm not accusing him of this, but if we talked about it so blatantly on stream, if it's been 5 minutes, he could have technically heard us. What have you said?
G43... Oh, so leaving a late retreat there.
Very late.
OrangePest in the mid. M20 could have got a little luckier with its sniping there.
Alright, Officer is getting hurt. Luke's has racked up a few kills now. 6. Maybe wanted a little bit more impact.
Just the amount of people... Well, it surprises me still, but I've seen a lot of 1v1s for people just pushing it to the very end. That was a one-model officer still popping away with his pistol.
Well, it's always been in Coming Heroes competitive play. If they've got one model and he's healthy, they will keep him active, because these are the kind of differences that will propel you to, beat the very best. You have to take advantage of everything you've got. He is an M20 poking and he spots the Kubel. He also spots the MG and forces it off. M20's gotten 10 kills, showing it's had a better game so far than the Kubel. Sorry, than the big Kubel, the Lukes.
Yeah, it's definitely had a nice impact. He even could have got a wipe if he was a bit lucky or if he pushed it a bit more. He never chases that wipe that much, Isildur, and I think that's what leads to so many of his wipes. Is he's always got his full units of roster alive, and he just bides his time. He never rushes anything, it seems. Very top play from him.
Well, here we go. Isildur will be looking to push on now. He's hit that 12-minute mark. I always mention it. There's forced retreat elicited by the officer. Papier and Bitter, read them and then run away, please. There we go.
Yeah, 50 munis to send an MG home. It's pretty dirty, but very good.
Yeah.
Much needed in diversity gaming mode, because 50 cal can lock out VP otherwise. Definitely. Here we go in the north, the ride of the light vehicles.
Yeah, they're coming in. Kubel in tow after the Lukes, drives up to the factory and forces the rifleman out. And then they go back in again.
Kubel with that extra decap speed, helping out on the fuel, but it has been Isildur the last few minutes here, folks. 36 fuel a minute. We even got the major out. Oh, this could be a very fast Sherman.
Yeah, it could be. Is it 58 fuel? Meanwhile, OrangePest with Panzer authorization on the way has 17. So the Sherman is going to have a moment, a few moments rather, of superiority and dominance on the field. So that's why OrangePest is getting the Rakettenwerfer next. No Obersoldaten. He's been forced to get the Rakettenwerfer first.
Smart play there from OrangePest. Knew the MG34 was taking too long. And with those Thompson-wielding Cav riflemen, he got the hell out of there in time.
Oh, talking about...
It does help out, though.
In the nick of time, yeah, indeed. There it is. There's that cannon. That's a stun grenade in the north, but Isildur's eaten a lot of grenades. A heavy tap map player is always a little bit vulnerable to them, I suppose. Luke's pushing in now. He's going for this M1A Eagle. He's looking to get round it, but he has been suppressed by the 50 cal. That's going to derail the push in a big way. Look at this!
Tootsie Baby! Oh, to save the day. He's going to get the Luke, surely.
Oh, no, what a kill!
Gets it instead. Oh, Zuckerberg's WC-51 coming around the corner.
That surprised all of us. That was like a jump scare in a horror film. Nobody saw it coming, especially not OrangePest. Came round the outside and zooked his ass off.
Great flanking shank there from Isildur, and that's why it's this overall movement. I think living in the attack map really helped him there, because he sussed the real danger out, and then the ability to get that dirty flank off with double Zooks, I think.
Yeah, it simply must be.
We'll
We'll check.
Tell. I think it is double. Yep, it is. Did a lot of damage.
So OrangePest could do with a play of his own now. Isildur, commonly known for basically being like a boa constrictor that slowly suffocates his opponent. In this case, he went straight for the jugular, and he pulled off something mightily impressive. OrangePest has now had the gauntlet thrown down, and he has to answer the call. He has to do something spectacular himself to regain some parity in this game.
I'm chuckling because I don't think any other Twitch channel will be mentioning a boa constrictor in today's Twitch world. But there we go. Captain Forstoff in the north. It's desperate stuff now for OrangePest.
It's like granddad knowledge, isn't it? A boa constrictor, you know what I mean? It's like 1960s.
Oh yes, like a bloody big snake, mates, that is. Wrapping round you.
It's proper granddad talk. That's what my granddad used to like. Animals that kill people. Anybody else in chat have a granddad that overly like animals that kill people? So the riflemen here, they were going into the factory. They read some of the leaflets, but they don't want to run away because they made it to the factory in time. So that's 50 munitions wasted there. It hard counted.
Just go inside and never become a bookworm and you'll be alright.
Apparently so.
OrangePest again leaving it very late for the retreats, but I just want to see more of the Twisted Tootsie Party bus from Isildur. This is great. Vet 3.
Right, we've got the Obers out. That should give some stopping power to help out. Meanwhile, will he stick in for a Faust here? No, he won't. He knew not to. Oh, no. Here comes that 76mm Sherman. It's got applique armor as well on top, and it's going for everything. It could go for the Foot Grenadiers. It's a target-rich environment, Ed.
I think OrangePest needed to upgrade the Shrek rather than throwing around leaflets of propaganda with his minis.
That's such a good point.
Great shot from the Sherman on the retreat. It'll be very nasty when models go past green cover on retreat paths, and you just saw it there. But it was a game for a few minutes, man. Now it's become
Do you remember that?
Isildur showcase. Yeah.
I remember when it was a game.
Cav rifles still vet 0. I think that's the biggest surprise.
Oh, they'll be there. As soon as OrangePest gets his Panzer IV Alf J in his last throw of the game, they'll get a satchel off and kill it. You mark my words. WC51's veterancy, by the way. Check this out. Vet 2... Oh, well, let's keep an eye on this combat first, sorry. Vet 1 gives it +5 range of fire and step on it. Vet 2, look at the speed, rotation, and acceleration. And Vet 3, even more speed and acceleration. So basically, it gets warp factor 5.
And better MG, apparently. Burst duration. And accuracy. Oh, Cav Rifleman pretty low, but... Yeah, sort of timing it well again with his retreats. Stern Powers having to cap up and not being able to fight up close is a bit of a... misallocation of resources, as Karl Marx would say.
You know, someone's got to go to the proletariat eventually. With the trickle-down economics of Isildur dominating every single tournament.
Well, Kubel doesn't care about its own safety. It's taking on a 50 cal crew. Or to get a cheeky decap. The VPs are getting pretty damn desperate for OrangePest.
Yeah.
You may get more munitions, fuel income on this map, but VPs are still worth the same.
No, what's more desperate, I feel, is the fuel situation, because Isildur's now in Sherman territory, a second Sherman territory, because of course he can get the M4A3 as well as the 76.
Yeah. So he was thinking quite far ahead with this doctrine, you know. I do believe recon helps you earlier, but if this one he can get to this point, still got his super light vehicles alive, Matt. Like, next level control from Isildur.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, look at the M20, 14 kills, Vet 3, and the WC51. There's only really Nagano, who have obviously beat him in that big Master League tournament at the start of the year. Still owe him the money, by the way. We're waiting for the ruble to fall against the dollar again. There's still only Nagano, that can really give Isildur a massive run for his money these days, isn't there? I mean, who else can you think of? Maybe if Loveness trained himself up, perhaps, or if Alpern honed his play a little bit more.
Sneaky outside free runner would give people a good game. I don't know if he would beat Isildur, but I think
he never committed to tournament play, though, did he? Free runner.
Play on weekends. Yeah, he has an actual life, man.
What the hell?
Like us. So but back in this game, finally we get OrangePest P4 in the build. 20-minute P4 though.
Ouch.
On this map. That just shows the type of fuel control Isildur's had.
Bad grenade there as well. The ship had already sailed on that infantry squad, so showing OrangePest has been stretched a little bit here.
I do like the Shrek upgrade now, though. It does help him out, especially against light vehicles. You always need the Shrek. Could have done it a lot earlier, I feel.
Look at this hard counter to the Panzer IV on the field. He didn't go for the 75mm Sherman. He instead went for something a lot bigger, badder, and better. And it's going to hard counter the Panzer IV, Jay.
And what has this M180 gun done? It's hit a nukes once, but other than that, that's always a worrying
side.
But the AT guns had nothing to do.
Yeah, that's true. It means he's winning comprehensively because the vehicles have not been at play, I suppose. That's one way of looking at it. Thanks for the pole airfield. Looking interested in seeing what happens there. Here we go with a crush possibly on the captain, maybe. There is an engagement in the centre, it seems. Let's check that out as the Rakettenwerfer is smoked out. The Jackson and M1 go south.
Yeah, Vet1 cap right from some pressure on this P4 here.
Look at this from Isildur. Oh, he's just popped combined arms, by the way, giving him one per rate of fire. He does miss one of those shots. The Jackson doesn't miss. The Jackson's rocking in. Nothing's going to stop him. Attack ground through the fence, perhaps.
Good attack ground from OrangePest instead, and it is going to be the snare. But the Ketten's all over the place. It's not to help at all.
Come on, OrangePest. He needs to be more.
The infantry to help it, yeah.
Yeah, he needs to be more lucid and more fluid if he wants to win this grand final today. Yes, it was in a good attack round into snare, but he needs that third move. You know, you need to be 3 moves ahead in order to beat Isildur. So he would have needed the Rakettenwerfer pushing into this territory if he wants to be in tournament-winning form. I know that's our big ask, Ed, doing 3 commands at the same time. Who do we think we are?
He's doing typical 1v1 things, though, and he's going all over the shop. He's not concentrating all his forces in one area. And I think as OKW or as Oster, when the chips are down, you do need to just back yourself and concentrate in one area. At least hold down one fuel.
That's so true, Ed. So true. Consolidated forces can get you back onto the map with pretty much any faction, really. Except maybe Brits, who are obviously a little bit lacking. They need the Tommies to be behind cover a little bit sometimes. That's the one faction I wouldn't want to... Well, no, you can blob the Bren with the Brens. You can blob them pretty well, can't you?
But luckily no one plays Brits, so... Here we go, P4 versus 50 cal, the age-old...
No, that's not a 50 cal. That's a lot bigger. That's 76mm. And it got a big shot against it, to be fair, there. The Panzer IV with a huge connection.
Yeah, it's going to be Vet1 very soon, so unlocking the Blitzkrieg ability. Combat Blitz, even. It's only 30 munitions, Matt. I didn't realise that. It's pretty cheap.
Shrek's up Stern Pioneer's going to get a juicy shot on the Jackson there. Well, I said juicy. At least it hit it.
That was a good hit. With Shreks, you'll take anything.
Yeah.
Pretty woefully inaccurate, usually. And Vet3, so he's got the extra repair time on that Sternpire squad. That is liquid gold running around there. He needs to retreat and heal it up. Cure my anxiety of it.
Yeah, it's a Vet2. They get plus 38% repair rate, which is insanity, really. Meanwhile, here comes the Scots' first action is to barrage the MG, forcing it to soft pedal back and reset
Party
up.
bus might go down, Matt, and it does. P4 picks it up. Gets Vet1 in the process.
Heroic
and
vendor.
the Raketten spotted it. And the Raketten helped the P4
a cloaked Raketten, was it? Or
yeah, it was AFK basically looking the other way. And...
well, he needs some luck, and he's finally got it, getting rid of the Venga boys there and forcing them back to Uncle John in Jamaica.
Oh no, but the Scott's out. Oh,
Yeah.
OrangePest's going to be peeling his own face off in rage. With
Well,
this stuff.
he'll admire it as well because this was his call for Inkauna to get the Scott. He thinks it's the natural build in this game this game mode rather. Oh, Stern Pioneer's so lucky there. Scott did tickle them. Well, that's all it was going to force them.
Again, the Rakettin's AFK the whole time. It hasn't moved.
Yeah.
Only now does he get it involved and it's going to get blaffed by a Sherman, but strange anti-tank gunplay from OrangePest. It's almost just hit a micro pop cap, I think, on his other units.
Yeah, I mean, he won't like to hear that. He does count himself as a bit of a micro whiz, but not in this case. He has been overwhelmed at times, but he's still in this game, despite only having 151 victory points. He's got a decent amount of material now. He's also got an ISG out to help with the indirect fire war, already picking up 2 kills. But, you know, we're all probably expecting Isildur to win this one.
Yeah, with this George W. Bush double fuel, it's going to be tough for OrangePest. I would like to see him save some munis though, because on assault artillery it can cause absolute chaos for a large part of the map. So we'll see if he can get to that far.
225 required. That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's an ISG popping away. It's got 2 kills now, so can help out against the 50 cal. Try and get a VP back, but it does look bleak. And this map, it almost punishes the person who's behind. Due to those,
the cutoffs are reasonably close together. You can see both
yeah.
of them from you know, the central victory point and have a reasonable effect on both at the same time. These cav rifles are quite grouped against the Panzer, but the Panzer misses horrifically. Here comes the Jackson. Misses itself. Everyone's missing today, it seems.
Oh, that could have been a lot juicier shots on the P4 there, because they were clumped up with green cover around them, which does take extra damage from the AoE, but here we go, OrangePest.
Finally!
That's a 2v2 blob if I've ever seen one. Just all running around with the same clicks. Now he splits them up, but
yeah,
it's just Isildur's reading this, doing a little scuffle, half step back, and then just countering OrangePest as he comes in.
Should be noted, by the way, that Isildur had the strongest faction in the Diversity Cup. Aerofield has identified in chat. He did have faction choice, and he actually went for the pick rather than the counter pick. So he gets choice of who chooses first, and he chose to choose first, and he chose USF, indicating just how powerful the players currently think the United States are in this setting.
It's going to be the skateboard tank for OrangePest. What do you think about that one, Matt? On
Surf's up, bro. Let's get it out. Let's get this little cuboid of terror onto the field. See what it can do. Shame it's got no heat rounds, but still pretty decent.
Yeah, I do feel OKW are one of the hardest to play with the Diversity Cup mode. I like the Oster from my experience myself. You can get the Puma, Command P4. Got a lot more options.
There we go. Isildur having to... He dodged a nade, and then that was nearly a double nade from OrangePest. He dodged one the hard way and then one the harder way.
Oh, Rakettin. It does wake up, but it missed. No. Somehow got Vet 2 whilst not doing much the whole game, Matt, so maybe I've been a bit harsh on it.
Well, you've already done the psychological damage to the Rakettin Verfa crew now, mate. It's never going to be the same.
Yeah, well, we can safely say that OrangePest did not tilt during this game. From what we could see, because he didn't slash L or give up or anything. He's fighting out to the end.
Yeah, he should be alright for game 2. I don't think he'll be too psychologically hurt by this.
JP4 misses on the move, else it would have been kill shot.
And here comes the Jackson. The Jackson also misses. JP4 at least having good pressure on the field at the moment, exerting good pressure, but there comes the M1, here comes the Panzer IV in the centre. They're really starting to trade at the moment in this vital passage of play, because if OrangePest doesn't create something, he's going to lose game 1.
A lot of misses from the AT gun or Jackson this game. So it's helping OrangePest get in there. It's force retreated the Cav Rifleman.
Some juicy wins there, using the officer's ability. Target them and then force retreat. That's how much it takes to beat a cav rifle when it's vetted up. You have to do 2 levels of ability. That's 80 munitions used just to get rid of a cav rifle.
Yeah, rip assault artillery in this game, I think. But no flare usage from the Vet 5 Panzer Fusiliers. And I do believe that's a...
Oh, Jagdpanzer with a good shot there. Can it have the follow-up? We have smoke. Do we have an attack ground? Oh, missing by a whisker.
Redfoot, though, solid attack ground. Oh, P4 blinking away on some kills now. 17 kills for the Vet 2 P4. Pooper Gun doing a little bit of work as the ISG.
Yeah, these Vet 3 rifles have to be careful. That's an MG34. Oh, could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse. They've been suppressed, but they're still... Yeah, there's a bit of smoke to help out. They need to neutralise his victory point.
The Scott's dead. We can live in peace, folks.
We can, and the Jagdpanzer's got more on his agenda. No, he's just going to force away the Jackson for now, and there's a good incendiary fire upon the M1, nearly wiping it.
Yeah, but the
Obers with the bundle. Obers with the bundle. Nice work. They could pick this Vet 2 guy off now. Just need to go stationary. There you go. Ober's been Uber-mentioned the centre.
Uber's definitely not OP. And somehow, for all of this, the Kubelwagen Vet 3 survives. The little Kubel that could is still there, folks. Don't you worry. But did you see the suppression from the 50 cal onto the MG34? It kept the M1A tank gun crew alive. Very small margins helping out for Isildur here. But that was a good push from OrangePest. Very considered play. Got rid of the Scott.
Oh, by the way, Aerofield reckons that the detection ability on the Kubel's been carrying the game. He thinks it's been adding a lot. It's a good thing we don't usually pick out during casts. It's not as flashy as other things. But look at this from the bazookas and the cav rifles, forcing everything off. He's regaining victory point control, and this game will end quickly if he doesn't get it back. He's just getting bled out, Ed. He's getting bled out.
Yeah.
He can't control the map, and he can't keep the victory points.
I think with the units he had, that was about as good a push as he could have mustered. But without a big off-map artillery to help out there, just couldn't close the show. And Isildur lives on, instant rebuild the Scott as if he never lost it. Tough times for OrangePest, but I'm liking his, psychologically I'm liking his willpower and stick-at-it ability here.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have been deterred despite his losses. No. Very stolen of him.
Jackson hit Vet 1, so it does have the HVAP round. I always forget to press that thing. I don't know about you, Matt, but it's only $30.
Jackson HVAP. Yeah, I don't use that. I use the M1, the AT gun HVAP, but never the Jackson one. That's pretty bad of me, to be fair. It's actually called the Sabot round on the M1, to be fair.
Yeah, and the JP4 is camoed now. Oh, does have to... Oh, its fire on the move axis is atrocious. That's why I don't really like this thing, but... It has Vet 1 with the cloak ability now. Sternpire is fighting tooth and nail for the mid VP, but look, it's the same old stuff. He needs to get that smoke popping. There we go, boom. Right on cue. Thank you, OrangePest.
Putting some faith back into OrangePest's name there. Smoking out the... And he's also bringing the Stern Pioneers behind it, but they get blapped by the Sherman. Bit of an errant shot.
Though,
they were spotted by
get a good shot off. Vet 2 now, JP4.
Nice. Giving him better accuracy and more health.
Just stop
what a
capping
shot.
VPs, Isildur. You know, let this go on a bit longer. This is a good game.
Yeah, it is. I don't think he's going to listen to us, though. I don't think the mad comeback's going to be allowed by Isildur. It's not his in his repertoire to lose. He doesn't like it.
I like this, though, from OrangePest. He's finally moving his ISG a bit closer. Looks like it's going to go on the front line at this rate, but no. And it can now auto-fire a lot more easily.
Yeah, ISG vets.
Before it was only a barrage kind of range.
The Panzer IV is carrying in the south. Meanwhile, we've got Foch just holding the line behind heavy cover in the mid. OrangePest is going north. He's got the Major to contend with. He's got to somehow hold the line all over the map with a skeleton crew remaining.
Well, that's what has almost been the downside to OrangePest as well. He's been doing USF tactics, you know, as OKW.
I couldn't agree more.
To hunker down on two 2 Veeps rather than constantly trying to spread it.
He's not played the strength of his faction. He's playing a universal playstyle for every faction, almost. You know, as you say, that large map control, trying to
micro him.
Yeah,
and it hasn't really. Isildur's having none of it basically, but Isildur saves a lot of the micro with the efficiency of the tac map. It's just so much more efficient. I don't use it myself, but it's because I'm.
You don't use tac map.
No, but
why would you do that to yourself?
Strength. I know how.
Dude, next time you're at my house or you play Company Heroes, I'm gonna cover up the minimap. It'll make you play tac map. It's no better joy than playing. Oh, here we go. We got coordinated fire unlocked. He's gonna go in possibly. There he is. Shades of Loveness, circa 2019, pushing up against the Jagdpanzer, but he hasn't got the connections he wants, and here comes the Jagdpanzer striking back. Lieutenant with the bazooka's going to stand in his way, perhaps, tempting him in.
MG34 goes down on the Southern VP, 14 VPs left. I think the Raket's going to have to get his hands dirty and start capping.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to have to. Meanwhile, Panzer IV's been clicked over there. He's going to have to swoop in, perhaps. Stern Pioneer with a little bit of health left on the one Pioneer. Oh, the M20 saw to that, forcing him back. A big battle in the centre. The VPs continue to drain. One VP only has been ticked. Raketenwerfer has neglected to do its duty for the Reich. And OrangePest is going to lose as a result. 7 slowly dribbling away.
And Volk's capping a few. What is this? It could be somewhere else capping a VP, but oh well. P4 does finally take down the M20. Moral victory for OrangePest Kappa.
Oh, but, he's still capping. No, he's not. That's Isildur. And he's about to lose 50 cal. Kills the King Kubel. And rifles kill the Panzer IV. That was a very victorious victory in the end for Isildur. He got some explosions and pyrotechnics to seal the deal.
GG, game 1.
Grab your friends, it's time to see a little bit more variety. With one of each and every unit, it's the diversity. Here we go. I was just complimenting Ed on his analysis of the situation. OrangePest does tend to, as Axis, play a little bit like Allies in general, pushing where he probably shouldn't and not consolidating where he possibly should. I'd like to hear Nagano's thoughts if that's the case.
I would have thought Oster is the safer choice. You've got a P Gren with a bundle nade, you've got Grens, you've got a MG42, straight into 222. It's just the timings are a lot nicer than OKW's equivalent. And I think he was always playing catch-up with those super light vehicles, just always getting out of his reach. The Luke's timing, not great. Did like Isildur's kind of off-meta build of not even bothering with the Stuart, just going M20 straight into an AT gun. And
I liked that a lot, actually. I think that worked well. I think if you play with the M20 really well, you can kind of bridge the gap and not have to go 70 fuel into the Stuart.
Why am I orange pig, by the way?
Because that's what Panzer Grenadier Angreifen calls OrangePest.
Okay.
And we were looking at Panzer Grenadier Angreifen in the Automatch ladder. He's got a crazy like Chinese tirade of expletives as his name at the moment. So we're just reminiscing over that.
Did he assume pigs are pests? You know,
what do you want to be instead? I mean, it's your space.
Anything. Absolute boomer, anything. I don't mind.
Okay, there you go.
I
think, by the way,
slander OrangePest's name by me representing or misrepresenting.
There you go, absolute boomer. It is done. Right, we've got a competition, guys. A little bit of a competition, and Ed already participated in this without actually meaning to. It's the Win Company of Heroes 3 competition. So I'm going to share a link with you right now, and if you answer that question right first, you get to win a $60 game, Company of Heroes 3. Only one question needs to be answered. And I reckon someone's going to be able to answer reasonably soon. I don't mind about the spelling, but I want it to be phonetically identical to the question in the quiz. So let me just get this shared. Hang on. Send and... yeah, we'll just do it that way. That's fine. Shorten URL. Copy. Boom. There we go, guys. That's your ticket to win Code 3. One of you will win. I need your email address. That's how you'll receive the code. And,
That's a tough question, though, man.
It is.
I don't know if
Ed, you can read the question out now for them.
Oh, God. What was the name I gave to a sniper during the Elpern versus OrangePest series? Wozes. If anyone gets that right or remembers the gibberish I say about, I'll be.
But as a top tip, I mean, it is on YouTube. It's the last video I uploaded to YouTube. And you should... We're not saying what kind of sniper it is, by the way, because there were 2 snipers in the series. So you're going to have to be quick. You're going to have to go get it. And the first one to... we've already had some responses, by the way.
Nice. Well, I think it's worth doing if they can remember, because it's about a £60 game you get for free. So, GG.
What's that first thing I've done there? I don't know. Yeah, exactly. It's, Relic have done it, I suppose. They gave us some codes. They're a bit weirded out by my choice of tournament name, but I wanted to gently troll people in the chat if they were like, oh, here we go. We've got 5 responses now. Interesting. Okay. Oh, someone's close, Ed. Someone's really close, actually. But most people are very wrong. People are just guessing.
But the closest person will win it, right?
Yeah. Well, someone's been really close. I'll say who was the closest so far. Mr. Z Gaming got really close, but I'm sorry, Mr. Z Gaming. I mean, you are the closest, but that wasn't the actual name. I've written the name down somewhere. But that was really good shout. You're the best so far. And good on you for doing it from memory. That shows you've been watching our casts. I mean, that is unfortunate.
Impressive.
Yeah, and impressive.
Like I said, the Twitch chat who watch these events, Matt, are always the real company of heroes. Put up with.
All right, here's some help, guys. There's the YouTube video. You will find the name in the YouTube video. I'm looking at the live responses. Oh, that one's a really close one there. That's from Hekwamar or Henry. You're the second closest now. I don't know if that's right. I'm going to go listen to it. Let me mute the stream a second. I want to make sure. Sorry, Ed is muted for a second here, just whilst because he comes through the gaming channel, the PC thingy. Let me go and listen, just so I can get it right. I want to double check. Just listening now. Did I write it down correctly? I'm going to unmute Ed now. He's gone for a break, though, however. That's probably a good idea to go for a break at this time. I think we might have had a winner. Let me just double check. Yeah, no, I wrote it down right. Oh, no, we've not had a winner yet. We have not had a winner yet. It's not quite right. That was the last guy. He was really close, but we've still not had a winner. We've had 12 responses. Oh! Oh, someone's won. Oh, it's so close. Oh, I don't know whether I allow that or not. I don't know whether I allow it or not. There's 2 that are so close together. You can stop voting now, guys, because I've got a winner. But we're going to have to go to VAR on this one, Ed. And we're going to have to go to VAR. Okay, I'm going to show this on screen now.
What I said.
No, it's fine. The correct answer... The correct answer was... Right after this commercial break. Grab your friends, it's time to see a little... Right, the correct answer was... Clausewitz von Pappenspielen.
Okay.
And I've got multiple answers that came really close together. They literally answered at the same time. But the first one wasn't quite phonetically correct, and I'm not sure. And I'm going to have to say, I don't know. And Ed, I'm going to have to get your feedback in this as well. Someone said Klaus Snitz von Pappengren. That's wrong because they said Papengren. We can't allow that.
Then
we had
in, like, the player.
Yeah, like Klauswitz. Yeah. Then we had Klaus Viz, VIS, not TZ.
Maybe
Klaus
that's a
Viz
typo.
von. That's why I'm saying it has to go to VAR. Klaus Viz von Pappenspielen came in. Then we had the full proper name, spelt with correct capitalization, might I add. I'll pull this up on screen there, Ed. Can you see the screen there on the Twitch? You see, we've got this came in Klaus Snitz von Papengren, and then we had Klaus Witz von Pappenspielen. That's the one I think was close. Then we had the most legit. But in order, we had Klaus Viz von Pappenspielen. So who do you want to give it to? That was slightly first, and then we had the most...
The bottom person looks best. The bottom whatever response.
It's brutal, Ed. You know he was a millisecond...
P on the old Pappen.
No double... Well, obviously, but I mean, I did say phonetically correct. I mean, double P is obviously how it should be.
The one you've got highlighted should win. Yeah, if that was first, then.
The guy hasn't won company history based on your VAR because he said Viz and not Witz.
Yeah, it's
It's clearly
typo,
Klaus
but
Witz.
It will teach him in later life. You know, attention to details, everything. So
okay, let me go.
Brutality
from Ed.
I will get.
Brutality.
I'll get that guy a copy of Code 3. There you go. Then.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let me go and reveal who actually did that. That was from Mawasaki. Mausaki.
Sounds like a Chinese leader.
That was the guy.
Motorbike engine. A Mawasaki.
That was, and I'll tell you the time. The one that you said didn't win was that time, Ed, and the one that did win was that time. So it's within a second.
There you go.
That's
Blitzkrieg
brutal.
wins the day.
No, it didn't, because the fastest guy lost. The fastest.
Oh, as in the person who didn't put a T in. Look, everybody knows.
And then the next one, we had Hexiled Gaming, by the way. That was half a second after. Half a second after Clausewitz von Pappenspiel.
Why are you rubbing it in for these poor folks?
That was that
one. The winner, that's it.
No, it's fine. We're
You're just eking it out like, you could have had this, but you can't.
There's the full guy. There's the full thing, by the way. We got the. That's how close you guys were. Everybody here, Clinker, you were within a second as well, Clinker.
There's gonna be a lot of angry people now at me. So who won it overall? Mawasaki, yeah?
Mawasaki, yeah. So you come and answer us, Mawasaki. So yeah, well done. The chap who guessed call. Just put call. Call! It's call! It's gonna be call! I know my Ed. He'll definitely say call. No.
You could tell it was an austere sniper at least.
Definitely.
But Pappenspielen, like Spielen means to play or has played, I think.
That's definitely right, Ed. Yeah.
God knows what Pappen means.
It sounds like
Clausewitz something player or played. I don't know. Maybe Airfield or something.
Let's not give too much credence to a neurological response that happened in a third of a second 1 week ago, Ed. I don't think you put that much thought into the story.
No.
But
just blurted whatever I knew in German at the time.
All right, I've sent you an invite for this game. Let's get on it now. It should be starting any time now. Let's get you in.
The players are ready. The casters are ready.
Meandering terribly.
Observer party has worked, Matt. So
good.
All good.
I can confirm. I can see you in the observer party, Ed. I am now looking for the game.
Oh, it's a puppet. Clausewitz puppet player, maybe.
Okay. We need a backstory now. We need a backstory.
Inadvertently going for that.
Alright.
I wonder if he lived. I can't remember.
I think he did. I think he had a great game. It was the game that OrangePest won versus Alpern. Spoiler alert, that mega game won.
Yeah. That's 3-0.
So, yeah. And all these people trying to listen to what I called things in the games. And then it ended up being what you called the thing in the game. So that's interesting. We swerved them.
Yeah, come on, Matt. We need to end all these games before England play Senegal tonight.
That'll
Get
definitely
4-0
happen at this rate. That'll definitely happen at this rate. Just trying to find the game. It's not my fault. Blame Relic. As per usual, for making observer mode harder to operate. It is
Sad
hard.
time when Matt selects friends games and it's empty.
It's because I don't have any friends.
These were my friends.
Company heroes, friends. It's like when
Snot, there's a lot of 1v1s going on at the moment.
there is, yeah. Are you looking for it as well? Go by custom and then start time and start looking through these pages with me, just in case it's not already started. Although to be fair,
Sort by start time, yikers.
wow.
No, don't see it. Maybe they're still deliberating some.
Yeah, I found it here. We've got it. Ed. It's all good. I'm just going to go for a quick toilet break and then be right back with you guys. We're going to load into the game right now. Grab your friends, it's time to see a little bit more variety. With one of each and every unit, it's the diversity. Hello there and welcome back. You're down on your luck. You've got a chip on your shoulder. You're OrangePest. Do you come out fighting? Do you come out for the kill? You're United States Forces. You are Recon Support Company, one of the most aggressive commanders and aggressive faction combos in CoH history. But you happen to be up against, just Isildur. He's on the Mount Rushmore of best ever Company of Heroes players. He's in the top 4 of all time. And I'm with one of the best casters of all time. I think Ed deserves that right now. You've gotten to that status. But he hates... he is an ego lord.
The only caster that would cast with Matt with all time.
Yeah, unfortunately. He's the only guy, so I have to pump him up these days and make him feel like he's wanted. Because nobody else wants to. It's a shame.
I think I'm big, pumped up as enough as it needs to be. I'm like pumping fresh at the moment after COVID. But yeah, we're all good. We're here. We're present. We're in the moment, and this is a big moment for OrangePest. He's got to come back from that Game 1 defeat here against Isildur, and he's gone in for the old USF with the meta of this sub-meta category of Diversity Cup gaming. He's gone in for recon support, Matt. So we did mention it the game before. And Isildur, meanwhile, straight in for the Ostrupen, has a lot of diversity already with 4 units coming onto the field.
Yeah, the officer, the Ostrup, the Panzer Grenadier, the Grenadier itself, the Pioneer, the MG. There's your backbone of your army. You can pretty much play Ost here with only 1 Grenadier. You'll still have 2 Panzer Fausts. Meanwhile, OrangePest is going to be going M20, Greyhound, maybe even Stuart, maybe for the trifecta. We'll have to wait and see. But this is... if he's going to win this, he's going to do what I like to call doing a Devem. You lose the first game, don't care. You get the USF in your second game, and you wampa stomp your opponents. That's what he'd be hoping to do.
Yeah, I think Isildur has tried out my little brainchild of last game of Austere on this map. I know against USF it does seem horrendous on paper, but as a wise football coach once said, the game's not played on paper; it's played on grass. So, for a fully game.
That was that. That was the.
Yeah. What's his name?
Brian
again?
Clough, is it?
Brian Cloughy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe he's taken the Clough approach and just gonna see how it works in practice.
All right, here we go. We got INR Pathfinders attacking the MG from. That was a great flank. We saw them plant the beacon as well. Meanwhile, Pioneers and the Car 98Ks going against the Riflemen, doing decent work there. We've got OrangePest in the north, the rear echelon only. He's going to come and disconnect some territory sectors. We've also got now the INRs just causing an absolute nuisance from OrangePest. Riflemen looking low. That's not good. A good amount of health.
I prefer the capping order already from Isildur, Matt. I mentioned it previous game, but just getting that muni secured really fast is what you want as Austere. And OrangePest's OKW did go a bit mental. He went for the double fuel early, but it didn't pay off for him. So here we go with OrangePest having a sneaky little reach around. Does cut off. Well, it doesn't cut off anything actually. That point was totally pointless.
Well, that's not what you want in a point, is it? Grenadier versus INRs here. Grenadier's got a good amount of health. He's going to continue to fire, but he's ill-advised to stay in the battle any longer. Ostrupen forced away by the Lieutenant. The rear echelon pushing the MG. OrangePest is going full aggro, full aggression mode here. He's not been psychologically deterred in the slightest.
No, and late retreats from Isildur. Does need to get back a bit quicker with his units, I do feel. But there we go. P-Gren locked in, Matt, and the tier 2 already being built. As opposed to OrangePest has got out the Lieutenant and 50 cal. So, good old Austere versus USFs in full flow in this very early game.
Someone in chat explained the novelty of putting all these beacons down. It allows you to see in the minimap, I take it? Something like detection? What does it do, Ed?
Yeah, I think in the Fog of War on the minimap, yeah, you do get the little points popping up.
There we go. We can see the Panzer Grenadiers coming onto the field. They're very easy to snap up indeed. And yeah, just giving him a bit of detection. Of course, if he does end up going the airdropped combat group later, he will be able to reinforce as well.
Yeah, and as well as the little map hack from the beacons, they can reinforce paratroopers later on in the game nearby them. So serve a dual purpose, but again, Isildur getting kind of camped with the 50 cal and the vision of the Pathfinders. Look at that play from OrangePest.
It's going to be a Stuart from OrangePest. He feels significantly far ahead enough to not go the M20 himself. He's going to go straight for the bigger weapon. And here we go. That is the real artillery barrel straight on the heart of the MG, decimating the weapon. Can the actual gun survive?
No, I think it's long gone. The first shell took out the gun as well. What a strike from OrangePest.
Isildur, GG's! He's tapped out immediately. OrangePest gets a flash knockout in round 1 of game 2. It's all over at 5 minutes, 22 seconds. That was a massive win for OrangePest, right back into the series. We're going to go to Faymanville approach, a best of 3, and we're starting afresh. GG, well played, bloody hell. Grab your friends, it's time to see a little bit more variety. With one of each and every unit, it's the diversity.
Yeah, no, I'm doing it.
Good.
Okay, let me start code 2. That does help.
It does
But
help.
yeah, what a blitzkrieg from the USF. That was a bit weird flex, but you save up enough munis for that artillery cooldown, and bye-bye MG42. I think it was a bit premature still from Isildur, but I think if one person knows about tilting, it's OrangePest, and maybe he got his opponent tilted there. That's a great play.
He was all over him. He saved all of his juicy, aggressive, forthright play to play as USF. He didn't. He could have done something like that a little bit more as OKW, but we felt he was just kind of treading water. When he played as USF, he was so insurgent, going straight for the kill. Really cool to see.
Just proves that Austin was not the play then, I guess, if that game was used as the sample. But wow, I didn't see that coming, especially from Isildur to give up in 5 minutes. But does put the old 3-1 prediction back on course, Matt. And, yeah, 1-1 all to play for again. New map, re-rack them.
Well, exactly, and save all of your bonus points. I do have some stupid rewards at the moment, like you can make me sing a song. I did a cover of Country Roads at the Crossroads.
Okay.
And I can't actually sing it on stream. Guess what happens? YouTube demonetizes the video and gives it to...
Wow.
I sang Crossroads, Take Me Home for 20 seconds. Yeah, I must have done. For 20 seconds. If the Adventure Time people get a hold of my tournament intro, I am screwed. I'm not making a penny.
Oh, well. We do it for the lols anyway.
We do. Although the money is nice now and again.
If we're doing it for the money, I think...
there's better games to be doing,
different venture.
Absolutely. Well, the one good thing about Company Heroes 3 and the fact that Ed and I are boomers and we've got real jobs and stuff is if the Master League, if we need to do it, we don't have to look for sponsors. We don't have to beg people for money. We just set up a Patreon, everybody puts in $5 or $10, and we can do as many tournaments as we bloody well like. We're doing a tournament here for $500, and we're getting decent standard of play from the players. There's no refereeing issues, no drama. It's just good vibes had by all.
It's a tight-knit community. Comes with its good and bad points, being a very, close community, but also Co3 right round the corner now. Now it's within touching distance. It feels real that it's coming out as opposed to forever delayed. It's, that's going to open up a whole new tournament world as well, hopefully. Especially with
Did you check out what happened in London, by the way? I never actually told you. Did you see that? I went for that
yeah. No, I saw a bit of your video. Yeah, looked like good fun.
It was really good fun. Yeah,
Open press day was it?
I felt like it was real now. I've got real hype for the game all of a sudden because it feels within touching distance, and seeing little press people trying to play Company Heroes in person, it made it feel like, wow, this is a really big game. Like there was PC Gamer.
Top 10 pro?
I did, yeah. They all gathered around my screen, right? So I've got this game that I'm not allowed to release until the 19th of December, a full 40-odd minute game versus this professional strategy gamer called Vulcan HD. It was way better than I expected him to be. And basically all the Relic executives gathered behind my chair and watched me play, and they were talking about me as though I was actually good. And I'm not, I'm average at best.
Did he wipe you?
I can't say because I don't want to spoil the result. You'll find out.
Sorry.
But it was bloody close. It was really close, and I've got to get my excuses in because I expected to walk him, to be honest.
I remember you absolutely destroying me live on Gentleman's
when you're a baby,
channel. Yeah. And I was just crying into the keyboard as AE just destroys a complete noob.
We're so much better at the game since then, aren't both of us? We've actually had a bit of pride about us.
I think I was better then. It's just that I never used hotkeys then, so my clicking was actually a lot quicker then. But
dude, look back on that replay. It was absolutely appalling. It was appalling.
Yeah, I had obers in a house and didn't know how to get guys out of a house, so they just had to go down swinging and stuff like that. And yeah, the YouTube comments were not very nice that day, but yeah, it was good fun.
OrangePest is asking me a bloody question. They haven't started yet. I was looking for the replay. Who picks faction now? You pick who picks, as you are coin toss loser. But you still swap Axis allies. You can still change decision. Based on new message.
I might quickly go for a little.
Yeah, I need one too, bro. I need a coffee.
Reno,
Absolutely.
And then ready for game 3 when I'm back.
We never actually had a break, by the way. You can go, Ed, it's fine. We never actually had a break, by the way, guys, because it was a replay we had to cast, so we had to organise casting the replay. They won so quickly, we didn't even catch the game. Right, I can catch this game, though. They are starting officially. Let's get it on. We're looking for Fame and Vil Approach, my favourite map, and I'm so blessed to have had the chance to work on it with KPen97. We did a really good job, in my opinion. And a lot of the players agree. It is more balanced than the auto-match version, which is all you can hope for when embarking on something like this. Yeah, definitely did a better job than Bo5, but probably had a better foundation. No offense to KPen there. Even though I offended him massively. But if you offend someone and then say no offense, it's impossible to offend them. You can say whatever you want, just say no offense afterwards. Or banter. You can say whatever you want, just say banter afterwards and you're absolutely fine. Right, here we go. There's the game. Got 6 minutes of delay. Psych! Yeah. CoH1's better in some ways, Superman, but CoH2's definitely better in a lot of other ways. Balance, map design, by the community map makers, I mean, not the actual territory sectors, obviously. Balance, map design, faction design, because I think that modern-day Brits, USF, and OKW are better than Brits from CoH1. I won't say Panzer Elite, because Panzer Elite's good, but then in every other regard, CoH1's better, obviously. But those things, CoH2 is better. It's definitely a better balanced game and more competitively viable for tournament play. But it's just that CoH1 is just so much better in every other regard. Every other regard. I don't know how to make it stop. I can't... Is it doing this on everybody else's channels? I don't know how to make it stop. I am a partner these days, so I get bombarded with ads. I'm considering going to YouTube for Company Heroes 3. That's all I'll say.
It does look a bit odd, that background, me just appearing out of the middle of a cartoonish, luxurious island, but there we go. Was messing around earlier with the backgrounds. Don't know if I'm muted or not, so gonna go with hope I'm not. Which video card will be required to play CoH3 1440p? Whoa. You'd need a Titan probably for anything 1440p. I'd recommend. Gee, if there was only a way you could pay and be ad-free. Yep. Subprime. Subprime mortgages, Gippy.
Right then, which video card for Company Heroes 3? I'm not going to give too much away, but based on public evidence, it seems that Company Heroes 3 is very, very well optimized. So I would say 1080 normal is more than adequate. So Airfield's right, but I don't even think you need the TI version. 1080 normal from 2017, 16.
Just get a 2090 brew.
Yeah, get 2 and SLI. Yeah.
But now it can be hyper-threaded and we don't have to worry because CoH2 was so backward, wasn't it?
It was exactly, dude. Like
the faster one core you had, the better.
Exactly. CoH2 is a mod of CoH1. Let that settle in, guys. CoH2 is a mod of a 2005 designed game, so it's really not built for modern technology. So literally, don't worry about CoH3. It'd be far better optimized than CoH2 based on publicly available information. So yeah, don't worry too much about having to get a killer rig.
Will we need bug spray for CoH3?
Can't talk too much, but based on publicly available information, doesn't seem too bad. I'm only basing this off what you guys can see, but and don't think that I'm like saying that from personal experience.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Because I've played some very experimental builds, so trust me, I will not be saying that from personal experience. Can't say that, Romit. I've not seen any team game stuff on the public.
Don't worry, Romit. Everybody leaves 4v4s before the 50th minute anyway. So.
And then they just tell their friends.
Say eyes.
Yeah. Put your hands up if you've pretended to bug splat out of a 4v4 with friends just to get away from the 4v4. Oh, I bug splatted! Oh no!
Dirty, Matt, dirty. They needed you on that left flank, you bastard.
Hey, I was probably better. I was probably drunk. It's fine. Anywho, let's get into the game, you.
Yep.
Grab your friends, it's time to see a little bit more variety. With one of each and every unit, it's the diversity. Hello and welcome back, and you're back with the comeback kid of a kind. It is indeed OrangePest, who is now 1-all up in this series, and as time-honoured tradition dictates, he always waits until the cast has started to do the scores. Ed, talk us through Isildur's build and the faction he has chosen and the commander he has chosen.
I think it can all be summed up in one word, Matt, and that's revenge. He's gone straight for the same doctrine that OrangePest used against him in Game 2, and yeah, be on the watch out for INR Pathfinders dropping a massive payload of destruction with that quick RT strike, nailing Game 2 for OrangePest. All to play for Isildur USF. Yeah, can't wait, Matt. Favourite Vill as well.
Oh, yeah, favourite Vill indeed. And OrangePest said something cool, by the way. If he gets a duplicate unit, can he send it to the bridge and demo it? And I said, of course you can. And maybe we'll be seeing that. Maybe we'll also be seeing the secret cow, the sacred secret cow used in this particular game. Let's focus on the tactics on display, though. OrangePest going for strategic reserves doctrine with a bit of assault grenadier action. That could be exciting, Ed.
Yeah, you got the old 251 as well, becoming a mobile observation post. God knows how it really works, because not many people ever build it to, or keep it alive long enough, but I'm sure it's pretty cool. It used to be hella broken, and you could drive it past your opponents onto the like cutoff path, and then pop out a load of men and just kill everything on retreat path, and then retreat all your men to the...
Oh, like an on-me bug. Yeah, like an on-me bug.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was so broken, but Gimbo did exploit it for a little bit until it got reworked. But yeah.
Dude, it sounds so alien now. It sounds so alien, the sentence you just said with the, what was it, 250 half-track mobile observation post, 251 half-track? Because nobody ever does it. You might as well, you know, make something up like Nazi UFO or something. It's just so unheard of. But we're here to see some unheard of strategies. That's why the Diversity Cup was devised. Let you guys in on a little secret. I just really wanted to make a CoH2 tournament, but I find CoH2 quite boring these days. So I tried to... It just came to me one day. I was like, why don't we make them play with one unit each? And that's what we've got. It was a whim, and that's what
it's really fun to play an order match as well.
Have you done it?
I've been doing nothing but for the last week.
Really? That's so cool.
Yeah, I love it. It's good. Especially 2v2, you can get away with it a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, as we see the Pioneers, meanwhile, on the eastern flank, huddling together for warmth or something with the MG42. barbed wire. What is going on in OrangePest's world right now? I do not know.
Oh, I know. No, he's stopping the flank on this MG.
rid
It
of
makes
a flank,
so much
yeah.
sense. Because this MG controls the fuel usually, but it always gets flanked around these trees.
That's the first time I've ever seen a player do that, Matt. And how many favourite builds have we watched?
Oh, so many.
Fair play to OrangePest. Always keep changing it up.
Oh, look at the crab walking attack by the Assault Grenadiers there, firing into 2 windows, so they're up against pretty decent opposition from the green cover INRs, and they've got rear echelons firing on their rear side. Isildur calculated correctly and just held out there. Nice work.
Nice indeed. And Riflemen are going to flank round. Just getting out of the sight first is Isildur, so he's creeping on the edge, knows the vision of the MG42, and the Pioneers are not there to help out Spot.
No, they've just moved. But the MG can cover its own arse there, so this should be fine. It's pretty good from OrangePest. I'm going to pull that one out in auto match myself, but they have actually been flanked by the rear echelons. Better the devil you know than the devil you don't, because the Riflemen were coming.
Yeah, they might be able to pull off the old swapperoo, because the IR Pathfinders are going to be popping away. Riflemen have completed the full flank. Didn't wire off that other little entry point with the gate, and 50 cal's going to come into action as well.
It is, but I tell you what, there's bigger action right now. The MP40s and the assault grenades are trying to get the riflemen out of position. Then they've got a battle against the lieutenant. The MG's been working overtime against multiple opponents, all waiting for the Panzer Grenadier to get into position. Exciting stuff in the early game here from OrangePest.
Wow. Exciting for Isildur. I think painful at the moment for OrangePest. He's been well and truly surrounded and pounded here. Has been cut off as well, so that's 7 fuel and 11 munis a minute at the moment is income map. Tough stuff.
He has, however, disconnected well, he's captured the fuel in the west, he's captured the fuel in the east. Isildur, though, look at his income. It's plus 19 versus plus 7 as we speak, thanks to all those standard territory points he's captured.
Yeah, so I didn't even have to bother with the fuel much, but now he locks that in. That was just a good all-and-out tactical play there from Isildur, coming at 3 different angles all around the MG. So people who cry about MG42 OP, well, just take a leaf out of Isildur's book there. Great flanks.
Yeah, definitely. The M20 is going to be coming out to bully the unshrecked Panzer Grenadiers and the Assault Grenadiers, of course, who have no recourse against vehicles. They can just crab walk away. Look at that crab walking. That's straight out of Michael Jackson. I'm bad, Shimon. That was amazing.
Could get a good cut-off though play, but it doesn't choose. Goes for the Rifleman instead. Interesting choice from OrangePest there. I think just wanted to protect his P-Grens that were on low HP. Gets in the house. Okay, now shores up a bit, but nope. M20 is gonna deny.
Yeah. And what's he going to wait for? He's got low health Panzer Grenadiers. He has to get them up there. 34 manpower per piece. He's got Pioneers pushing in, pretending to spot for something that isn't there. He knows there's no pack on the field. He's just going to lose manpower. He has briefly reconnected the fuel in the southwest, but it's been deconnected now. Or disconnected, rather.
Poor push-up with the Pioneers there from OrangePest. That's just lacking, really, in awareness. Knew the M20's there. What were they ever going to do? You know?
I think they were feinting, pretending they were spotting for something, but there's obviously no Pack 40 on the field, so I don't know what.
Yeah, it just seems tactical advantages all around at the moment for Isildur, but 222 can swing its hips into gear, do some damage, especially to the M20, but it'll be interesting to see if Isildur goes again with the captain, like we saw in game 1, or instead hammers down and gets the Stuart.
OrangePest has to make a dent here. We may be entering into a USF OP situation. Maybe USF will end up winning every game, but maybe it'd be better for OrangePest if he can really make a big dent with their match, especially if VP control becomes a thing, and maybe it will be. Whoever gets US has an advantage under these rules. They were, on paper, seen as one of the most powerful factions coming into this, with the officers, of course, being an extra infantry squad.
Yeah, but he's doing the old cardinal sin of trying to be everywhere at once, rather than just focusing a large part of his contingent backing up, you know, overlapping squads. Here we go, Flamethrower though onto the 50 cal. Should be able to do some damage. If it ever shoots, okay. That was some very awkward flamethrowing in there.
Just needed to attack ground through the bush, and they didn't, and now they're a bit vulnerable.
And it is going to be the Stuart map. Hello, we got a King Stuart coming in instead of the old Major into anti-tank guns. So, can the Pack 40 take care of these light vehicles?
It's got a lot of work to do. There's only one Panzerfaust platform on the field for OrangePest. One Panzerfaust, one Pack 40 against 2 vehicles. Doesn't look too good.
As it's Football World Cup, like an analogy I'd use is OrangePest is trying to beat the player all the time by running around him and all that. Just let the ball do the work. Isildur has got fast-moving light vehicles. You know, nothing's faster than the ball.
Well, my analogy, rather, is if you're up against superior opposition, you just play on the defense and then you look to counterattack. As Ed said a few times for OrangePest when playing as Axis today, you want to control a 1 fuel, 1 victory point until you've got critical mass. Then you can push and make something happen. Come out for like a Kimbo-style sledgehammer on retreat with a blob or something. And if you try and play Isildur as his own game, you're not gonna, come out with the victory, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just with the diversity rules, so your blob is going to look like a bunch of misfits all running along together, but like different weapon profiles all over
Basically
the place.
like a GCS crowd kind of thing, It's at the pub afterwards. Bunch of misfits, all different heights, different creeds.
Yeah, but still with all the same love of the game, man. Love of the game.
Oh.
But M20 getting popped at max range. I didn't know the 222 had that kind of range, but fair play. OrangePest nearly got it to Vet 1.
Look at this Iron Ore Pathfinder, everybody. Look how little health he has. He's guarded by Big Brother, and he's collecting the mana or whatever it was from Bioshock at the moment. Oh, and he could. The Pioneer surely can't snipe him at a distance. No, doesn't want to risk it.
If Clint Eastwood had his MP40 from that famous Second World War film, that IR Pathfinder would be snotted in an instant. But there we go.
What is it, the Dirty Dozen maybe? Dirty Dozen perhaps?
No, I want to say...
Oh, where Eagles Dare.
Eagle has landed. Yeah, or where Eagles Dare. There
something like that. Yeah.
Where Eagles Dare, yeah.
We got there.
Not the Eagles in World War II.
Ed, we were of a similar age and a similar background, so basically our brains can sometimes act like a hive mind when it comes to pop culture references. And we're like, you become left hemisphere, I'll become right. We'll get there eventually. M20 pushes in against the Panzergrenadiers, has to push them around because they're on the warpath against the rifles. Shame they had no... They did have a bundle available, but they elected not to use it, it seems. Interesting.
And another big point to make is, as I'm looking at this road on Famenville, all the red cover's been removed, so...
It has.
Nice retreat path there for the riflemen.
Well, it was hurting north side so much because you had to retreat over red cover every single time you retreat. One of the many things we found about this map, it was a great map, but it did need some tweaks to make it more balanced, basically, in North's favour. Alright, here we go. Panzergrenadiers are going to eat some models. No, they get out of there just about. Stuart backs his ass in. He could have caused some damage.
This is good work from OrangePest, though. He's consolidating his forces a lot more. Does have a fuel. And his units are overlapping and covering each other, as opposed to sprawling out like mindless ants all over the field. He's a lot more consolidated now.
Right then, the Pack Howitzer has been crewed by Isildur. The first person to do that in the tournament, you'll be surprised to know. Means his airborne are on the field. Oh, and they've got those double M19s. They've got no kills as of yet, but they're soon to get some for certain. I wonder if one of the models clipped...
green cover as well. Rough stuff to push into. But the GG Mortar gets a great pop-off there.
It really did.
Third veterancy just from one shell.
Wow, really? A lot of experience there.
The HP damage is what...
Push the bazooka around. You've got to push that Zook. Will he bundle nade over the bushes, perhaps? He's got to be thinking about it when you've got a lieutenant getting pushed around by the 222 like that. No, he's
just got the munis though, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think he keep it for the retreat path. Nope. No, he's going to keep it. He needs a snare available, even though his Grens are running back home, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. I certainly do. Right then, Isildur's pushing in the north considerably, and the M20 forces where the Assault Grenadiers in the south. Victory point situation is going into the Englishman's hands. The mighty Swede has to find something soon. Why Swedes always mighty? They just always seem to be.
We've had a few of them in the CoH2 world as well, so definitely up there as one of the top CoH2 nations.
In before Ed makes his prerequisite Stuve reference of the cast.
Oh, no, I was thinking more Polish, Germany. We've had America a bit, but
Not enough
been
Americans. Not
on
enough.
and off, on and off. We did have the world's best USF player in Dave, Comedy Dave, but I don't. Yeah, I think he found a real life as well.
In the army. That's the best kind of real life. Anyway, the 50 cal's under a bit of burning pressure at the moment. It's going to have to soft pedal away and then reset up.
Then full retreat.
Interesting.
Isildur there.
Stuart's coming in. Oh, that's going to hurt these pioneers. They do have, by the way, the hazard removal package.
Yeah, they can lob big demos if they need to as well, or satchel site. As you see, the lieutenant popping the 2-2. Vet 2, 9 kills on the lieutenant. That's very good going. 13 minutes.
Better cooldowns, reload, and accuracy, making him a little bit better at his job of killing things.
Yep, as we see the GG mortar of OrangePest getting Vet 1 already. Much liked, much liked. Tier 3 gone down, Matt. So, what do we reckon? Super fast Ostwind or save and hope for the best of the P4?
It's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. I'd like to. It's going to have to be the Panzer IV, unfortunately. We all like Ostwinds, but he just doesn't have enough anti-tank on the field. He wants to keep these Panzer Grenadiers Vet 2 as well as an anti-infantry force. So we're going to have to wait for the Panzer IV, probably. And he could indeed go for the Panzer IV Alf J, so I think that's a logical decision. Whether he can get there or not with still having triple-digit victory points is another matter.
Basically the OKW P4, yeah.
It is, yeah.
Don't know, interesting doctrine choice from OrangePest. It does give you a different medium choice, but that's with all the assumptions that you're probably ahead. And he is very much behind at the moment in this game 3. It's almost a flawless display. Look at the VP count for Isildur.
Oh my god.
Yikes.
So imperfect. Only 7 victory points away from immortality. I mean, it must be said, by the way, I mean, faction dominance and how powerful a faction is really does matter in these best of 5 series, but what also matters is the psychological ebb and flow. You'll often find players possibly don't exert themselves as much as possible in a faction dynamic they consider not to be fully fair. So it's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy when you have a little bit of imbalance.
Yeah,
it like gets worse.
A game for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Your opponents had to win as Oscars, so or OKW.
You wouldn't catch Von Ivan ever doing that, would you? Underplaying because he thinks a faction isn't as powerful as it could be.
I'd be throwing everything in balls deep in the enemy's base.
Even as Brits,
in,
probably, yeah.
Every game.
Oh, there's the smoke grenade from the Panzer Grenadiers, neutralising the fuel as a result, but they do fear the double bar Vet 2 rifles, and they have every right to.
And it is the Ostwind, yeah. Just fuel-starved decision there for OrangePest.
I think he's got
Good against infantry, though. But the Major is out, and he's 3 fuel away from a Sherman. Is Isildur, man.
He's going to have to go Panzer Streks then.
Yeah, potentially.
But he hasn't got the munitions, so he's going to be so low on the anti-tank, to be honest. The Sherman's going to run riot.
I just think mobile defense is too good to pass up in a 1v1.
Yeah, that's a good show, actually.
There's diversity, because the Puma covers you on the old Stuart front. It can easily pop an M20 as well.
Yep.
And then the Command P4, you know, we all know that. It's pretty much meta now.
Yep.
These team games, so... Yeah. Glad to see the P-Gwens, though, get some usage.
Major could go down here. Major could go down, but he didn't actually focus fire it. A little bit late, both of them were. They must have been focusing on something else. What's going on in the centre? The airborne's pushing in, up against the pack. That's down to 2 men at the moment. He's going to have to defend, perhaps. Yep, he's going to look fine. Here comes the Ostwind. If you want an improbable OrangePest victory, all eyes on this octagonal terror.
Sherman is going to be able to meet a head-on soon, though, as the MG42 now comes under heavy fire from the pack carry. But here we go, Ostwind straight up in the face of Isildur.
Yep, good effects on target. Finally gets OrangePest some breathing space. May have only gotten 4 kills. Maybe the ambulance kill. Maybe he's a fool for staying in there too long. Kills the ambulance. Can he somehow get out of there? Where's the pack when he needs it most? It's way, way away. Oh, dear.
Ostrand for an Ambo. You know, I would have done that trade, but I don't think it's too good for the longevity of OrangePest's hopes in this game 3. But he stayed in the game. He hasn't GG'd out. And after that blitzing game 2 that he got off of Isildur for 5 minutes in, it's back to business as usual for the plucky Brit.
I mean, one good thing for OrangePest, if he is able to win as USF in Game 4, is he will have victory point control. Will he now? Will he? Because Isildur's about to win with 490. We're going to have to check the VOD. We're going to have to check the VOD because although OrangePest had that tremendous Game 2, that was over in 4 minutes, I'm wondering if it was actually which victory point count was better.
Within a 5-minute game, it's quite hard to get so much VP's lead, but yeah, it's just great play from Isildur. We've got the snipers come out for OrangePest very late. Oh, as the GG mortar gets blapped from the HE shell of the Sherman.
In Game 1, we saw OKW. In Game 2, it was a 5-minute victory for OrangePest. He used the INR Pathfinder artillery to literally delete Isildur's MG whilst already having the entire map. So Isildur just quit, basically. Wasn't the worst GG/L I've ever seen. I mean, he had every right to. It did feel as though he was relatively beaten, but I think a lot of players also would have stayed in at that point, to be honest.
Yeah, we look back to last week as well with the, chat on about the factions. Well, we had some hella close, great games with the same factions.
Yeah.
But I think it's just Isildur's levels above the competition at this moment in time as the pack out gets a great shot onto the Askrans. Oh, they do live though.
Just about.
Backside of a barn with his BAR.
Oh, God, by the hairs of their chinny chin somehow surviving there. Oh dear, here comes the Stuart. Here comes the Stuart. He is versus the Pack 40. He wants that sniper, though. He's going to be able to get past it, most likely. Sniper being routed all the way back to base. Stuart, with so little health, is going to reverse backwards to evade the Pack. Can he survive? Takes out the 2-2-2, and OrangePest taps out 2-1 to Isildur.
GG's.
Grab your friends, it's time to see a little bit more variety. With one of each and every unit, it's the diversity. So if you were here earlier, you would have seen that we did have a winner for our competition. I have his email address, and I will email him. It was Mawasaki. Won a copy of Company of Heroes 3, so well played to you.
Congrats, my lord. $60 game for free. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
I wonder if he used the YouTube clip or if he just knew it from memory.
I think he guessed it. I think he guessed it
Clinker
completely.
not happy. Oh, he's on listening only, so at least he can't see his own demise.
Or is that no? Yeah, it's listening only. I mean, these people. I think some of them might watch the observer mode maybe, and then listen to the cast as well. What do you think?
I think just watching the World Cup and then might just listen again and see if OrangePest can pull off the unbelievable. He's gonna have to really pull it out the bag now. No, wait. Yeah, wait. Yeah.
OrangePest is 2-1 down. It's not over quite yet.
He's still got a chance. So
he's got a big chance. He's got a big chance. He's got to win as USF and keep the victory point situation under control to get USF in the 5th game. Then I think Isildur, if he's a Wehrmacht on Amelie, we're going to have an excellent game 5, most likely. So let's get it on, as Miles Lane would say.
Yeah, let me get into the old. There you go.
Oh, Ed, we're like a well-oiled team these days.
Matt, your name still disappoints me, though.
He doesn't like the fact that I use a Smurf name in game.
Making the players play with their normal names, and then he's got his own.
I'm not a player.
One rule for one and one rule for the others.
I can explain. People play harder when they see it's me. They want to beat the. They think I'm good, and they think they have to play hard, and I'm not very good. So I'd rather them just play their normal standard selves.
Oh, you do it for your own matches? Oh my!
That's
God.
what I do it for. Yeah. And when everybody sees AECO, like in the auto match, like let's say maybe 7 out of 10 times out of 10 they recognise the name. They may not know why they recognise the name, but they recognise it, and they play really hard, and I lose as a result. So I just want people playing drunk, chilled, having fun, Pathfinder spamming, whatever they want to do, just play normally. So I changed my name. Do you accept it now, Ed, or do you still hate me?
Why change your... Like, do you think Loveness changed his name?
Yes, he used to call himself Crowd Control because he hated people recognising his name.
Okay, but normally he doesn't. Von Ivan doesn't change his name.
No, not Von Ivan, no.
Talisman doesn't change his name.
Von Ivan, Talisman used to change his name all the time, yeah.
They just went and played, man.
The Talisman used to change his name all the time. Isildur used to have many Smurf accounts.
God.
Yeah.
Helping Hands doesn't change his name.
Maybe he should sometimes.
But
oh no, wait, he does. He does. Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah, sadly, probably be back.
But I think it's better to always keep your name. I think.
I don't.
Why not?
Because I want to have
the good and the bad.
I play auto match on my own, like late at night, like before I go to bed sometimes, and I want to win. I want to win that game, Ed. So I need every advantage I can get.
To win a video game, disgusting.
We got 4 minutes 20 seconds until we're live in Fayetteville Approach.
Alright.
Oh, I'm so gonna do that intro. That's a good idea.
But in Co3, will everyone be pulling out Smurf names from the start, or will they just play? You know, I think they'll all just use their own names at the start. So it just shows you how petty that all is, I guess. Anyway, it's for people with too much time on their hands. Methinks.
It's a best of 5, Rooster.
Yep. We're currently 2-1 up for Isildur against OrangePest. And OrangePest won a 5-minute game, like absolute speed Chad. So see if you can do it again.
We've got 3 minutes of gameplay time. What could we do in 3 minutes, chat? Let's everybody only speak in Company of Heroes unit quotes for 3 minutes. Let's see who can get the best one. And then Ed will vote for his favourite.
No, it won't. I can't be bothered to think that much. Suck my muscles.
I don't remember that one. No, definitely not.
This is good. Not safe for work. Code 2 quotes. Code 1 voice lines are epic as well. I just like one way sends the other. Who the hell? I think that was Volks from Code 1. yeah, one way sends the other. You think this is Kinder Party? Get a goddamn mood on. But the only way I played Code 1, Matt, this is a horrendous, what's that called? Confession. Is I went USF and I did that like thing where you had medics that just constantly picked up the dead bodies and churned out 3 squads.
Mm.
And put them in like a building on the opponent's cutoff and just blobbed their cutoff for life. It was horrendous. Most people would just leave. Don't know, 2008?
I only came back to Code 1 in 2008 because I heard about kangaroo spam on Game Replays Forum. A kangaroo spam was like this unbeatable tactic and you were guaranteed to win. And because I heard there was a guaranteed win tactic, I just went on it. I got some brand up sappers, put them in my kangaroo carriers and just like ran around the map killing everybody. And that was like in a 4v4 and Company Heroes 1, 2008. And then I didn't play for like another year. Just like had one game just to exploit one strat. I had no idea how to play. I just knew how to get the kangaroos out.
You saw it on YouTube or something, yeah.
It's
weird how I even came back to Code 2. It was all from an Empire Rommel's cast of 2v2. And I was like, oh, I'll give this a go. And then I saw Von Ivan streaming because he got mentioned in the cast. And yeah, the rest is history.
There you go.
A month or two later, I meet Von Ivan in Leicester. GCS 1.
Erwin Rommel was like an interesting caster as well because he was all about the personality. It was like he was an American dude, and yeah, people just like could a lot of American people could just like I don't know, understand where he was coming from and just like chill and watch his casts. And
Yeah, it's relatable.
relatable,
Because
yeah.
he played as well. He played as well, but like,
Yeah.
I remember Matthias or Pathias or somebody. I remember playing against some of the people he used to praise a lot in his games, his mates basically.
Yeah.
And they were great. They were legit, really good players. But you know,
Dirty finisher
such
energy
is
is how
life.
I describe him. Like, you know, he doesn't put that much effort in, but people like it anyway, and they watch in droves. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. That's
All
how I
I
see it.
remember was him, his little YouTube cast getting me into it, and then
That's good.
I got one game casted on Danes and got absolutely destroyed by a guy called Stove and not even Steve. Matt, so you'll be happy.
Right, here we go, guys. We've got 15 seconds. Grab your friends, it's time to see a little bit more variety. With one of each and every unit, it's the diversity. Godlike timing, godlike timing. The game literally just started. We're exactly on the action. We're watching Isildur, who of course is winning, but he's winning by 2-1, and he's up against the USF, who these players have determined are overpowered in this one of every unit format. OrangePest's commander is going to be mechanized, so what Isildur used in that first game. And Ed, is Isildur going to try and end it here? Or is he going to try and get to game 5 and hope for victory point selection and go for USF? What are we going to see, Ed?
Oh, of course, Isildur's going to try and end it here. He just, I think he will consolidate his units a lot better than OrangePest has been doing as Axis. And he'll just stall and get that Isildur P4 timing going and go from there. But Ostrupen's squad, they're not too good that early game. So OrangePest definitely has a good chance. He's got the WC51 already on the field. And yeah, it's go big or go home time for OrangePest.
I also want to see a Pack 43 clinker. They've got one at Bovington Tank Museum, and it's massive. It's absolutely massive. No wonder they can't move it. Yes, they can, baby. The Ostrupen can indeed Faust, but you do need to have the requisite resources 25 needed, which could stop this WC51 in its tracks, but it's also probably not got tracks. It's got wheels, so it might be fine, actually.
And you do need your tier 1 building built, so... But now Ostrupen come out of that building, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they come out of the tier 1 building now. Before they used to be good old calling, so...
Yeah, 200 manpower, do you remember that? Absolutely despicable.
What are they now?
They're 200 manpower,
200,
but
yeah.
you need tier 1 as well. No, but 200 manpower and
Okay,
a zero call-in, you just get them. Then they made them 1 CP, and now they've put them in the headquarters building.
In walks INR Pathfinders.
Dude, I'll never forget that tournament we had, and I was just so hoping that Relic would see Master League Tournament 3, Chaos Cream, and they would nerf Ostrupen, or the balance team. In fact, they buffed Ostrupen, and we ended up with more Ostrupen for the World Championship event. So AE's Gambit. AE sacrificed a Master League tournament. That's right, like $1,400 of your money in chat, because I wanted Relic to nerf Ostrupen, and my Gambit didn't even work. And then, we weren't allowed to veto Ostrupen, and we just ended up with Ostrupen in every game. World Championships, everybody. Ostrupen
when
Central.
You see Kimbo and Nagano playing Ostrupen, you know something's up, because they never played Ostrupen before that patch. So yeah, thank God we're past those times now. As we see Isildur, here, good work here, spotting with the Pioneers, getting the MG42 to work, and picking off isolated squads with the Ostrupen. That's how you want to use them.
And he did a good Faust in the south as well. Yes, indeed. The WC51 has been damaged, and he's sticking in the engagement though. But OrangePest has kept his fuel. Notice the difference already in this game 4. Looks like Isildur has consolidated more territory than OrangePest was able to. That's not a good sign for the Swede.
No, but Isildur has wandered off a bit with his MG42, so instead of using the Gren, he's going to cap it with the MG42. This leaves his other squads, in a lot of trouble. Pioneers have to run back. So we see some good pressure exerted by OrangePest, utilizing his lieutenant, that extra squad you get.
Yeah, I mean, this MG is not the worst thing to do ever, Ed, because, yeah, he's going to get this standard territory point under control. Then he's got a really good launching platform on this heavy green cover on this wall, and he can catch OrangePest and suppress him and push him back to base. So, basically, yeah.
And he needed his pyros to go home to build anyway.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's been one tricky thing when playing these rules, I've noticed, is your pioneer management has to be really on point. When you get it home, when you make your med bunker, if you do it with them, or if you make your tier 2, it's tough work for us to that little portion of the game. But probably see Panzergrens come out soon.
You'd hope so. You'd really hope so. One thing I've noticed, by the way, about the best players in the game, I mean, Isildur for CoH2, BK Modtest for CoH1 at the moment, best players in their respective games. They do play unorthodox in Automatch. They have fun in Automatch. Sometimes they're a bit silly. Isildur sometimes does combat engineer-only games, etc. We've got a Kimbo-style block on retreat here. He's pushing him around, trying to get those grease guns firing on the Ostroop and causing all kinds of pressure and damage. Can the Lieutenant finish the job? Yes, he can.
The dirty way to wipe, but he'll take any which way with OrangePest, and that was a good first blood.
Excellent first blood for OrangePest USF. He's 2-1 down. He needs to win this. And he's already lost more victory points than Isildur did in his Game 3, so he's going to be up against it in a hard way. He will be on Amelie Fields, so whoever has Wehrmacht, at least they'll be on a very Wehrmacht map in Amelie Fields.
I think Isildur thought he was safe retreating that 6-man Ostroop so early, but I think he needed to backpedal, soft retreat, get the different retreat path, then come home. So, yeah, learned tough lesson there, did Isildur with that retreat. But 2-2, insta-build as soon as he had 30 fuel map, and it's going to go up against the Stuart, so this is looking like OrangePest, you know, abbreviate that, OP, USF OP.
Definitely, definitely. These Ostroop, by the way, have been given bloodstains, stitched up uniforms, just like the Heer were given in the First World War, the Imperial German Army. Stitched up uniforms for conscripts from Romania, and it's not a good place to be in. 2-2's on vehicle hunting mode. It's after the WC51, but he needs to be aware. Of course he's aware. He's aware there could be something bigger around the corner, so he's going to get his Pack 40 on the field. They ate the horses, remember. You're just going to have to wait for them to carry it.
There's might get some damage on the 50 cal, but MG42 equally pressured there from Isildur. Stuart is going to bring up the rear with the WC51. This is full mechanized combined arms assault. Ostroop don't even stick around for Faust.
Dude, what a pushing from OrangePest. He had the train coming down the centre, and here come the Thompson's cavalry riflemen bringing up the sides, just like real cavalry. No horses required, though, and they're going to get the cut off, and this is going to be double fuel income for OrangePest. Both vehicles survive the onslaught from the Pack 40 as well.
Yeah, good shots from the Pack, though. Pack 40 does get 2 clean hits. That's halfway to Vet 1 and the stun round. Be interested to see how Isildur deals with this big moment of pressure from OrangePest.
Oh, rear echelon's low now. Rear echelons, they're going to be fine. They're running the right way away from the Grenadiers. Okay, OrangePest has this. Let's check the tap map and get a feel for OrangePest's map control and see what's coming out for Isildur and if he'll be able to get it back soon enough. Then we'll check the KD and we'll see that it's 15 all, which is actually pretty good for Isildur considering he's fielded Ostrupen. It's not as bad as you think,
Yeah,
but
he's been covering his retreat paths pretty damn well, other than that one Ostrupen slip, which was a lot of body blocking involved as well from OrangePest, which is a valid tactic, but a bit dirty. We now see the P-Grens built for Isildur, so they'll be able to go toe-to-toe with the Cav Riflemen.
Teddy McFluff and people are asking, what do Wehrmacht do against this build? You have to play Sniper. As proven in this tournament, if you get the Sniper out, you can do wonders. OrangePest himself did a great job against Elpern with the Sniper, and he was able to stabilize and eventually emerge victorious clearly in the grand final. So if you get the Sniper out as Wehrmacht, you can do a lot of damage in the long run.
Yep.
Well,
just don't press /L and you can win the game.
Also, baby, if you're on about the dives, well, that's why a Talamine's come useful, and also Panzerschreck. Sniper's anti-infantry, so you need to cover it as such. Rifle nade in on the 50 cal, doing a lot of health damage, forcing it away.
Yep. Good response from Isildur, just shoring up these this VP situation because...
Oh, he's Party Boss versus Panzer Grenadier. He held in too long there. Pack 40's trying to get a kill. He's got to time this perfectly. Pack 40's no longer in position. Oh, he got the kill with the MG42 regardless. Stewart's going in against the 222. He's tracking in. There's no one to defend. 222's going to send him on a merry journey. Can the Pack 40 set up in time? But here comes the Lieutenant on the reverse side. Oh, it's so close out there. The Pack 40 misses. The Stewart doesn't miss, though.
Yeah, good attack ground there from the Stewart. The Pack gun tried to attack ground. Didn't get through that big shrubbery, so... Nice surround and pound there from OrangePest. Got to respect that. All in play. That was nothing to do with factions. That was just brilliant execution of an attack there.
It was. The Ostroupen are trying to work the hardest, but they can't shoot a barn door with a Gatling cannon here.
The Lieutenant could go down. That's a lot of firepower. Up close and personal. Surely.
They get it, Ed.
He does get it.
And the Ostroupen get the Pack 40 back. We've got the scout car coming out. Will Isildur strike back with a vengeance now?
I think that was already a good strike back. So, yeah, if we just do a little count up. Lieutenant for a 222. That was the only thing that's happened.
Really?
But rebuilding a 222. What do you think about that, Matt? That's 60 fuel. No Isildur P4 timing, but he must really value the unit to help out with this.
Well, a Pack 40 is so much better if it can see, you know? Look at the vision.
Oh, and the party bus did go down, sorry.
Yeah, the party bus went down. The cavalry rifleman ate up a lot of shots as well. So the manpower economy of OrangePest is suffering. You can see his effects on the field at the moment. He's just coming back onto the field, so he was delayed there. Meanwhile, Isildur's restabilized the some of his territory sectors.
Good sneaky stealth kind of buff this doctrine does give the Grens, as they can build green cover as well themselves.
Oh, interesting.
And Isildur making full use of that all over the points. That's how you can tell Isildur's been here.
Oh, I don't think we can blame him for sandbag wars. I think we're all guilty of sandbag wars at the moment and coming to heroes. I'm so glad they nerfed them, though, and made a mini-game of deleting them with 222s and anti-tank guns, etc.
Yeah, I think anti-tank guns have more been brought in to get rid of sandbags than they have tanks in early games. But yeah, we see the Major in already half-built map.
Oh.
It's a timing window that OrangePest really needs to get ahead, because Isildur hasn't teched up yet. It's Battle Phase 2.
I think we've got an answer to our question, Ed. The question we asked at the start of the game, is Isildur going to phone it in? Or is he going to go for the kill in Game 4 and try and get a flex win as Wehrmacht? It would certainly seem to be the case.
Yeah, I think he's given his obligatory early /L GG in Game 2, so... definitely remaining in to win these ones.
You only get one in a best of 5, apparently. Or as Isildur calls it, it's his not missing World Cup kickoff contingency GG.
Yeah, I think OrangePest here just needs to, I don't know, do you try and keep up the pressure? There hasn't been a sniper build, instead it's been a GG mortar selection from Isildur.
He's a big proponent of mortars, probably popularised them coming back into elite level competitive play, not only because he's a massive trendsetter, but because, you know, he's played a lot on Mill Road and is very good on Mill Road. Here comes the cavalry rifleman with those Thompsons. That's 30 manpower per piece. Grenadiers, they're holding their feet though, and they're working on the cavalry rifleman with the flamethrower, forcing them off.
Questionable play here from OrangePest, Matt. He's capping a VP with his Stewart crew. Think how much that Stewart could be pressuring and ending this game off. If it was up through the mid there, that would be another dead 2-2, surely.
Yeah.
But instead, it's just, yeah, what's the point having a King Stewart if he's not even on the field?
There's Battle Phase 2. He's 28 fuel, and he can call on the Stug E, if I'm not mistaken. If he needs to. Might be interesting.
That GG Mortar's nearly vet 1 with 4 kills.
Wow. Stewart's back in action, getting 4 kills, Veterancy 2. Ostroupen versus Major in the south. We don't have to watch that, that's for certain. We've got 222 versus Rifleman in the north. Heavy cover put there by Capen and myself to make it a little bit fairer, like the southern one, like this one down here.
Do you think it's a bit mind games? Like OrangePest didn't go for mechanized before. Isildur did in game 1. And based off of that, you think he went then mechanized?
I just think it is a very, very viable commander, and I think when you've seen the timings of it used against you, especially with the combined arms, which look at the amount of abilities it has, everybody. Big thanks to Jamesy Jamzo for creating the mod that shows us that. Look it up on CoH2.org's front page. Yeah, it's just clearly a very, very good commander.
And I would have thought the Pack Howie, it's got the range of the whole map basically, and the paratroopers. Now Pathfinder, I think that would have been a lot more useful on this map, but we'll see. We do see a normal Sherman selected for OrangePest, so not the buffed 76 variant.
There you go. You saw detection utilised by Isildur with a 222 there to see the rifleman hiding behind the sandbag, and then he advanced upon him. That's the 222's power. It's not only got great vision. Bundle nading coming on the 50 cal over the bush onto the MG, and it goes boom. Storm Converters to finish it up.
Oh,
the mortar did it! Kill steal!
Peagrens are not going to risk picking up though. They probably would lose that all-important 4th model in trying to do so.
Yep.
That one now.
Pack 40 can't hit anything. What's it doing? I'm attack grounding for it. Don't get attack ground in observer mode apparently. There we go, finally. Major sacrificing himself? No, surely not. Might lose the weapon though if he's not careful.
Lieutenant's very low in the north. I don't know how he...
Oh, classic! Classic tac map users getting caught out by the garrison. Doesn't show on the garrison very much.
Very close for the lieutenant. He even got a rifle nade landed in.
Right.
Here we
Major
go,
artillery indeed engaged. Sherman pushes in. Pack 40's not facing the right way. This mortar is left exposed.
No telemine and no sweepers. Oh, the potential, the dream. But Isildur hasn't had any down. Sherman could have really come unstuck there. But it's been a very good hold from Isildur of his fuel and a VP. He's just getting his munitions back. Sherman might have something to say about that. No,
yeah.
Wheel up first.
Saw that myself.
Good game though, Matt.
It's a really good one.
True test. It's USFOP versus the most OP player.
That's what we needed. We need an equalizer. And maybe Isildur if he goes to the wire on this one. Sniper incoming, by the way. We did talk about the sniper. What was his name again, Ed? Is the resurgence possibly of
the Clausewitz von Poppenspielen? I think.
Yes, the very same.
Twizzle your from another mother.
That's it, guys. Twizzle your mustaches in chat because Clausewitz von Pappenspielen is about to spielen all over the field.
Very late pick from Isildur. Ooh, just got in his. I just saw his fuel go to 0, so that is the Isildur P4. Oh, and if I've seen one thing, it is Isildur in cruise control with his P4s. And,
Sherman pushing in here.
Games.
Watching the Pack 40 save the Pioneer's life. Sniper opens up with his first shot against one of the Lieutenant Henchmen. Oh, he's a dead man now.
Stewart still being alive though. No Puma pick. Feels bad man from Austin, but does get the snare on the Stewart. This is just overtime for Isildur's unit here. Vet 3 on the MG42.
Yeah, that's a classic. Usually he has 2. Oh, Sniper has to evade the cav rifles here. He's going to tempt him in. Classic bait by Isildur. He does a lot of this baiting. He is a master baiter.
Barely took any damage, but no red cover means those cav rifles with BARs are going to get home. So they got Thompsons and bars. Powerful squad.
Right. Panzer Grenadiers behind the light cover as the Sniper opens up to claim his 4th kill.
P4 on the field versus 50 cal. That's a bit of a mismatch. 50 cal gets lucky. Faustus Stewart in the north map. Pack 40, where you at? And P4 coming in. This could be the death of King Stewart III of Warwickshire. But would it be an overextension from Isildur? Scouting with his P-Grens. And it's going to be a dead rifleman instead.
Oh, he gets the kill. Now he wants the Stewart as well. Here comes the Sherman. It's all kicking off on Faymanville. We're recreating the box art for this map. He's got to get out there with that. He's got the Pack 40 backing up again, trying to lure OrangePest in. Oh, another wipe!
Rear echelon gets popped. That means teletime, surely.
Ah.
If he gets the time on the Pioneers, it is a luxury. They're Vet 2, so super fast repair speed from them. They're going to have to cap up the VP though before they start getting fixing. OrangePest has done well in building a good VP lead, but just 2 wipes there really set them back. It all comes from Isildur's P4.
Yeah.
And the Faustus. I don't know why OrangePest is going so far in with his Stewart. It really did cause him a lot of problems there.
Oh, Vet 2 Panzer Grenadiers, look at those bonuses. They got bars, they got bundles. And they're not causing much joy for OrangePest, that's for certain.
Living the dreams. Stolen US technology on your on your hostage troops. Feels good, man.
Oh dear, oh dear,
Or
oh dear.
feels incredibly tilting for OrangePest, depending how you look at it. But
It does.
he's caused his own problems here. He's got no one else to blame. I think it's just an overextension with his light vehicles, getting them snared and then having to react to all that chaos.
Dude,
Just
you
full
spoke.
advantage.
You spoke like a human resources meeting, talking about somebody getting terminated. There, he's caused his own problems. He's got no one else to blame. So corporate from Ed. Poor OrangePest is getting his final pay packet, it seems.
Yep, as the Zook Major goes down.
Oh.
How many wipes do these P4s?
Didn't even think that would die. Was that the Panzer Grenadiers? Bloody hell,
Panzer
13.
picked him up,
I thought he would. There's the last guy. There's his henchman. There's the Major. Back in the centre. We're pushing in with everything we've got. We've got a flanking 76. We've got the Stuart pushing in. 222's going to kill it, most likely. Sniper, as always, has trolled OrangePest into pushing too hard, too furious, too in. But oh no, here comes the M4A3. Vision blocked, Panzer IV unblocks himself. Can the 76 get the kill? It's likely, he needs it. He misses! Oh no!
Oh, and the bounce! But the Ostroup and AFK in the base, they could be there snaring. Oh, he now finally gets ability to grab him, chance to grab him.
Oh, he
This
wants
could
to
be
kill that
GG
sniper!
though.
He's pushing in with the M4A3! Sniper's out in the open!
It's going to bait his sniper to draw a shot from the share.
He's also pushed the M1AT gun up. This is an all-in if I've ever seen one from OrangePest. He wants this so badly. Brilliant push. He's also smoking. He's escaped with the 76. He's somewhere repairing. There you go, all the way back in base. He's safe for now.
But he's locked. Yeah, he's got the pack gun away. This pack gun has been built for Isildur to replace it. It could be a Stug. Yeah, very Von Ivan-esque. This is great stuff from OrangePest. I didn't see this coming.
Neither did I. It just came all
the
the
76 Sherman. He's like, right, this is my time. I'm losing all the infantry squads, so I may as well go in big with the tanks.
This is
Did
what
even get a mortar half track to troll as well.
Definitely, and this is what I've always wanted people to do against Isildur. You have to throw chaos into the engine because he's too high performing. You're never going to win just based on a de facto kind of boxing match with Isildur. He'll run rings around you. You have to do something a little bit crazy, and that's what we saw right there. It was glorious.
And he caused Isildur to micro his P4 so much he never even used his Ostroup that were in his base.
I think Von Ivan has assumed direct control of OrangePest because, don't forget, he lost all of his infantry and then he did an all-in push with his vehicles. Crazy.
But I wouldn't write Isildur off just yet. He's got another P4 out. He's wiped a lot of infantry squads. Still has all his Vet 3 infantry alive.
Right, here we go.
I just feel OrangePest is against the clock here, Matt, and like he's definitely playing like
Sherman, is he going to focus it? No, he's focused. The MG's done the right thing there. OrangePest was thinking about it for a moment. Sherman's got to duck and dive out of there. OrangePest has recapped all of the map nearly. Isildur only has one fuel, but then he's going for the Scott. Interesting choice. That should really push Isildur back. Meanwhile, Isildur's rebuilding the Panzer IV. Whose army do you like better, Ed?
I prefer Isildur's. I think it's a bit more. It's got a bit more stability to it. But OrangePest, if he gets those Shermans coming in from different angles at the same time again, you never know. But if you ask me now, I'd rather have Isildur's army.
There we go. I can't really replicate that chat in chat there.
But I'd rather have OrangePest's VP lead.
Okay, I like that. Fair enough. Lieutenant's backpedaling because he can hear the Panzer IV coming. We've got the stolen Pack 40, by the way. So if he gets an M1AT gun, That's what he should do. It's so obvious, is it not? Captain M1, sit behind an AT gun wall. I know it's really not what we came here for, but I'm pretty sure that would guarantee him the win.
That'd be a Game 5 mechanic. Whoa. The blessed light pattern. What is it? I don't even know what that is.
A lamppost, Ed. Lamppost.
Lamppost.
Remember outside?
No, but that lamppost has saved the snipers alive. Yeah, I've had way too much oxygen today. Went outside once, so it's getting to my head. Ooh,
Oh,
we
no.
see Shrek on. We see one Shrek.
Oh, just like 2014, before it was
On the
deemed
T-Guns.
overpowered. Panzer Grenadiers, you could like individually upgrade the Panzer Shreks in the origin of CoH2, and they deemed it too powerful, so they made it risk-reward, either 2 or none, which I like. I like risk-reward gameplay.
I love their old Vet 1 ability, though, where they could heal. When they lost that, I was pretty sad for us.
They get past, yeah, everything should have a Vet 1 ability, in my opinion. I really like that mechanic.
The P-Guns do, but it's just a different one. They run faster when next to vehicles, etc. But
True, true.
here we go. Desperate fight now for VPs as we
Oh
see
no, the
smoke
Vet
come in.
3! The Vet 3! Oh no! Oh, one shot, all it
Sniper
needed!
helps blink away. Oh, that was...
Do you reckon
covering
the
fire
guy that
there
the
from
sniper killed
Charles-
would have killed the Panzer Grenadier, Ed? Is that what you think?
Yeah,
Wow, that's amazing.
confirmed.
Ed has analysed the ballistics of the shot that was going to be fired by the 5th Lieutenant member, and it was killed by the Scope G43 of the sniper. Incredible stuff on Faymanville approach. What hype in this game.
We might see our first anti-vehicle satchel charge hype as well from OrangePest. He is charging at all the vehicles.
He's getting
behind
in
enemy
there.
lines.
Here comes the jungler. Rambo unit is deep within enemy
AoE
lines.
suppression.
No!
Isildur standing on his own telemine still with the Pioneers. That's not a healthy combos. We see the
Oh!
Vet 3 MG42 does go down. First proper wipe before OrangePest on any infantry or support crews.
Yeah, there he goes. He's
other
deleted
than
it.
the back, I
Meanwhile,
guess.
Panzer IV is up against the rifleman. He wants to target and then get the anti-rifle nade off, but he's going to get crushed if he's not careful. There he goes. He can get it now. He can get it now. He turns around. He's going to throw it in. Surely. Yes, he's operating at the peak of his powers. OrangePest is fully warmed up, Ed. I'm thinking Game 5 is going to be an absolute all-thriller.
Well, he's not at Game 5 yet. This is the thing. There's a telemine waiting for the Steward. King Steward goes down. It ain't over till Isildur's singing. With his cat lady.
Oh, shame in Isildur. He's very good at computer games, Ed. How dare you?
Insanely good, and him still being in this game it's a bit of both. It's a bit of OrangePest being overzealous at times, but that same aggression has got him to this stage of the game and done some amazing pushes. So
If that was
see
auto
it.
match Fayman, that Vet 3 Ostroupen would definitely be dead. Here we go. We've got the Sherman pushing in. The Pack 40's really low on health. He needs to wipe it. Barred up. There we go. They're done for. Going to delete the Pack 40 now, most likely. Bit of combined arms perhaps could finish this game off, I feel.
Oh, Dudley Brothers, Shermans are coming in again. Oh,
he-
crew the pack.
Dude, that was epic. He halted the Pioneers at the last possible moment, seeing they lose their 4th member. Well, I like the reaction times of elite level players. I think it's epic.
Yeah. Another epic thing is the Danger Schutz entering the field, so
Oh,
the high rate of fire could be what Isildur needs.
good
at the moment.
afternoon. Here we go. And welcome to another Faymanville approach killing game with me, your host, AE, master of, I don't know, I'm going to shut up now. 76mm Sherman in the north versus the Garrison Grenadiers. They're acting as bait for, that's right, the
I think they got a foul,
Sturmgeschütz.
so they got to get on. Oh, they haven't seen the opportunity there. Wish you could Faust from a garrison now. That would be cool.
Well, you can use a Panzer Shrek from a garrison, even though you couldn't in real life. Don't read the manual next time, is what they say in game, of course.
Vet 3 2-2 though, so the second one more pious than the first, has survived this long, and definitely look at that vision now. This is Oster's trump card, really.
He couldn't keep in with the sniper. Lieutenant rushes in. He's trying to absolutely assassinate the sniper with the Scott. Oh, he gets a direct fire shot on the 2-2. Could finish him off here. He's going for it. Hits the
attack
MG
round.
instead.
No. No, it doesn't go for the attack round. MG42 covering. We see a Stuart rebuilt. Stuart reborn coming in from the west-hand side. P4 is going to meet him head on and give him a little love hug.
Oh, he's going in there. And he's getting out. He's got the vision block and he's using it to his... Oh, he's uncovered the sniper. Maybe he can kill him now. Oh, OrangePest lust for sniper death. May lose him as Stuart here, but no, the trees come to his rescue. Got the Sherman barreling down on the Panzer IV. Meanwhile, the North Stugs are going to come in from the side, as are the Panzerschrecks of the Panzer Grenadiers, and they connect!
They're going to have to connect with a bundle nade on this 50 cal.
No.
The mid VP. Nope, not going to get it off in time.
Here comes that very
Really
pissed
great
off Panzer
action
IV.
here, though,
Oh, it's great action indeed, Ed. We just have to savour the flavour for a moment.
Ooh, Morty getting these evil kills on retreat path of units. 50 cal nearly goes down there. But yeah, Vet 3, 222, top priority from Isildur to repair that. And then he'll get to his P4, but I do believe he needs to get a pack gun again. He can hold this, he is good enough. It's just whether OrangePest is going to keep the pressure up and really find that Von Ivan-esque all-in GG moment.
Yeah, well, he's going to have...
Harder and harder as time goes by, though, against Austin.
Yeah, he's recrewing all of his tanks now. He's getting his battle lines ready once more. He's got 3 highly vetted infantry squads to help out. As soon as he recrews this Sherman, he'll be ready for war again. He's got 346 munitions, so he can afford to use combined arms 3 times. That is a bit of a crime. Shows he didn't use it in the past, basically.
Oh, if only he had butter bombs, though, and he's the other commander. Holy hell.
Stuart's going in again, but this time Isildur's heard him. He's got a very good headset and a pair of ears. He wants that sniper. He wants the sniper. He's uncovered the sniper. The Panzer IV's missed because he's on the move. He's blitzkrieging him after him. Gets behind the headquarters. We'll keep an eye on the centre engagement, by the way, because here comes the tanks of OrangePest and the infantry getting round the side.
Bundle nade off from Isildur. He's going to retreat the P-Grens. Stuart goes down in the base. Snipers survived and took refuge in the med bunker. And the Pack 40's on the field now, Matt. So with that and the King Stugo, it's going to be rough for OrangePest to push in. He's got to really think about his angles.
He really has. This MG somehow survived. In the north, we've got a battle between our Grenadiers forcing away the Vet 3 lieutenants. We've got what's going on here. The bloody Cav rifle really hate this Stug.
Hard pinned out. P4 coming out of its base with Vet 2 side skirts. It's not going to be enough.
Oh, how did both shots miss? That's terrible.
Oh, and Jeebus.
Oh, he got him in the end, just about at max range there.
Oh, OrangePest is going to be fuming at that one.
I think he's probably
That
in the
was
zone.
rough.
He's probably outside the realm of fuming at the moment. He's just got to concentrate. Every cell of his being needs to concentrate to beat Isildur. Of course it does.
But he can't let anger turn to, you know, giving up. He's got to stay in his...
Anger leads
He's
to
got the best player in
hatred.
CoH2 1v1 on the ropes here. He's got to finish the job here, OrangePest.
Just like
Kick himself if he doesn't.
Absolutely. Sorry for interrupting.
No, it's all good. It's crazy.
Oh,
Match.
Scott in peril. Is it being focused? No, he's safe for now. Stug pushed too far forward.
Western VP and Muni Point just been such a stalwart income for OrangePest to be able to use, because Isildur knows he can't overextend, so he's sticking to the 2VP mantra.
Right, Ostrican forced off there in the north. Panzer Grenadiers cap. Sherman's going to deal with that, but they've just run into the Stug. Do we get a target weak point? Going to slow him down, perhaps? No, and the smoke saves the day. Nice.
Seemed quite slow fire right there from the old Stugo, but we've seen the Grens lost in the north map a minute ago, but they have been rebuilt, so
Oh, really?
it never happened.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep. We may see tier 3 or the Pack 43 built next for Isildur. Still got those cards to play, or a Stuck 3 if he really wants to YOLO.
Yeah, he could go for the Stug E. That would be an interesting choice. Here come the Cav rifles yet again. They are Vet 3, but they're not actually doing much at the moment. The Sherman can certainly do something. Runs into the pack, gets the kill on the 222. Can it get away? Does it have the smoke discharges, perhaps? Can use them if he wants to. Here comes the Stug and the Panzer IV. The Sherman's going to be done for. Yet again, he sacrifices a tank for a 222.
But I think it's not too bad. Because all the vision now is gone for Isildur. That's his early warning system gone. What can OrangePest conjure up?
Stug just got shot in a big way, but it's the Sherman that's in peril. Panzer IV leads the way. Pack 40 trying to shoot from the backside there.
P-Grants now on garrison duty in the north, so they're not helping out anywhere else on the pitch. As we see the Scot just, that range, Matt.
Sherman.
Barrage.
Yeah, it's brutal, isn't it? The sniper, by the way, making use of all of the Scots' work in these light cover craters in order to creep forward in cloak mode to get the central victory point. Lieutenant finds the Stug, and there you go. Pack 40 makes up for lost time early and finally gets the kill on the Danegeschütz.
What a needless loss there of armor from Isildur. Uncharacteristic mistake, but OrangePest will be like, thank you. Take that to the bank. And now a Vet 2 Pack 40 for himself as well. Lieutenant connecting with the Zook shot to make sure the kill. Whew, crazy game here.
It's
game
been a
4.
good one. It's made up for all the just above average play we've had in the previous 3 games. Well, we've seen some pretty cool stuff along the way, to be honest. Notably Isildur's Wunderbus. And we've had a few other cool bits and bobs, but this one's been a really good one. Osvin cancelled, leading to Stug, by the way. We saw the Osvin choice then, Ed. Then he led with the Stug. Do you approve of that?
Yeah, I don't approve of throwing away a Vet 2 Stug over the halfway line, but yeah, I think he's got to rebuild it. It's got that fire rate, and it has the Vet 1 stun down, so it's just too good to pass up at the moment. I think Isildur's going to just be in tier 3 for the rest of this game. Whichever way it goes. Does get the triple cap hype going now, though.
Yeah.
For the first time this game, I want to say.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the victory points would certainly make that the case. At 51, he's probably been lacking on the victory points for a lot of the time. Probably never had 3. You're probably right there. Sniper, by the way, Veterancy 3. I did show the amazing array of bonuses on the screen. I'm sure you had a chance to look at that. Here come Lieutenant and the Cav Rifles forcing away the Ostrippen in the south. We've got Grents being forced off.
North, though, all important P-Grens holding that garrison.
Interesting. Vet 3 P-Grens put on garrison duty. Ostrupen about to die. Cav Rifles need to get their accuracy going here. No Ostrupens.
They could get wiped themselves. This is risky play from OrangePest. Lucky there with the P4 miss.
Yeah. By the way, the Pioneers are spotting for the Stug, who's going on Scott assassination duty. May leave himself exposed.
Sniper on the front line using the P4 as green cover, weird champ. It's happening.
It did indeed. We just saw the vetted pack get wiped. The 76 is holding his feet. He wants the kill here. Here comes the 75 mil. That's Panzer IV down.
Can the normal Sherman beat a Stug in a fist fight? Stug needs to keep backing up. Does get one hit off. Bounces the Sherman. Then does all sorts of Shakira hip.
He needs to get around the backside. He's got it. There's that rear armor. He's got the block in. But the Sherman is Stug phases through using a Protoss technology. That's incredible. Wow. I feel like we're watching the History Channel.
Yeah, the Nazis actually had access to advanced alien technology.
Oh no, what is this game divulged into? The P4's being rebuilt. There's no Pack 40 crewed by anybody, but oh, look at this, Matt. Scott barraging into the face.
Sniper gonna go down, maybe? I think Isildur must have tapped out now, surely.
No, he's all good. Sniper's still there.
Just tanking shots from the stop. Let's go to default camera. I've done my Michael Bay for the day.
P-Grens are off garrison duty. They need to get into the mid now. Help out those 1 HP Pioneers across 4 models. Yikes.
Yeah, Vet 3 Panzer Grenadiers helping the Stug find a target. Isildur is going for the central victory point with the Pioneers yet again. Here comes the fresh Panzer IV and the Sniper on the Vet 2 Rifleman there. Good shot.
so much work in the mid here. That's forcing Isildur out to the left-hand side VP, and that's what's leaving him open. There's see a preemptive bundle nade.
Oh, nice!
Work there. But he's going to lose the P-Gun squad. Late retreat. No.
Nah, light cover, bro. That retreat's bulletproof.
Safe as houses.
Love me light cover, love me retreats, love me peak grants.
Didn't the housing market collapse in 2000? Safe as houses.
Right, here we go. MG's about to be annihilated. Bye-bye.
Ah, hard wiped as well, so you can't recrew the gun. Austrian running by a Vet 3, Sherman 76. Wow, that snuck past. Leveled up fast. So Vet 1 though on the Stug map. What do you reckon? Stun round to win the day? Or
Definitely. He's going to stun everything.
Really needed that MG42 though. Big
Couldn't get the central victory point. He did need the MG. He's not going to have the ability to keep the center now, I feel. There's not enough indirect fire. He's only got a mortar. Nothing like a Panzerwerfer or anything can really help break through the limited support weapon, but very well-positioned support weapon play of OrangePest.
It hasn't been pretty, but OrangePest this is probably the only way you do beat Isildur, is just you grind it out, keep throwing caution into the wind and take your trades. He got so unlucky against the Stug though, man. Like, how did the Stug survive 2 misses, 1 bounce?
He got his look back later. He got it back, don't worry. Jackson on the way. This is definitely going to be OrangePest game to lose when he's got a Jackson. Hard counter the Stug in a big way. Oh, Sniper may finally die. Oh, so close. There we go. Sergeant Scott. Meanwhile, in the south, Stug Vet 2 yet again.
Vet 3 Scott, 28 kills.
Oh my.
In a Diversity Cup game as well, where you have very few kind of squads. That is insane.
Yeah, it really is. He's had a great day. OrangePest always been an advocate of using Scots in high-level play and really showing that mantra of at the best level possible here.
Well, Isildur definitely did have his chance, and throwing that Vet 2 Stug for nothing.
Stun round used on the Panzer 4 there. That's the M4A3, 75mm though.
It's capping up in the west though, but I think it's mathematically impossible now to win the game.
Scott comes in and he smokes everything out. He suffers a Shrek shot as a result, but the victory points tick down. We're heading to a deciding ace game, everybody. Let's go.
GG's.
Grab your friends, it's time to see a little bit more variety. With one of each and every unit, it's the diversity. Right then, guys, go grab a drink, go get a refreshment. We're going to go get refreshed. We're going to let the players work out the victory points, and they'll be straight back with Game 5. So thanks for watching. Don't go anywhere.
that is unfolding very quickly.
Move toward more ideas that will actually help bring this thing to an end.
There is a very unstable situation on the ground that is unfolding very quickly.
It's just a soft announcement. Well, just an announcement here, by the way, for you avid fans of Company of Heroes Competitive. This is the nuts and bolts of it. We've just done the victory points. We've had to go through the replays because the players didn't do their jobs. And Orange Pest has pick of who picks first in Game 5. Will he choose to choose a faction himself, or will he ask Isildur to choose a faction so he can counter-pick? It's a vital choice. This is like 15 years of Company of Heroes tournament organisation goes into this rhetoric and logic. Is he gonna play there? Orange Pest has chosen his faction. What the hell? The hell has he just done? He didn't. He's chosen to play Wehrmacht. What is he thinking, Ed? This guy's mad. USF have been one per
Come
OP.
at me, bro. I hope it goes mobile defense, but that's only for my own random amusement. But yeah, picking in the old Ver. He's learnt from the OKW nightmares, so we'll see.
This is literally him right now.
Different map though.
Ed, look at my Twitch stream. That's exactly who he is. He's like the aardvark of come at me, bro.
The hell?
I'm gonna post that in their chat. I think that's the what it is. There we go. Oh, it won't work. Come on.
Isildur going for USF.
Of course he is. He's a tournament
Couldn't
champion.
even bring out the Soviets or the Brits.
The Brits,
just
yeah.
Brits have been picked a lot last week compared to this final. Like I'm amazed no one's going Brits helping hands commander, you know. So.
Oh no, we did see it a few times. I
No,
saw
I
it,
mean
like...
this.
Oh,
this
today.
final...
Sorry, yeah. Agreed.
USF-centric, but a lot of maps that help USF. So Amelie Fields, Oster pretty good. Pack gun's quite good on Amelie. Long streaks.
Dude. I know we got like a little bit of. I know the casts were like. We were like sponsored by Relic and it was for the World Championships, but I have really negative memories of being in your brother's studio, Ed, with that big. Remember that big globe light, the big orb, the big orb. Do you remember that big sphere that was like shining down on my receding hairline, like, blanketing me with light? It was like really hot, and I just remember watching Mechanized versus Ostrupen on Amelie Fields. Pack 40 hits the Stewards.
We had Amelie Fields at GCS2.
No, not GCS2. That was godlike, an amazing tournament. I'm on about the World Championships we did at your brother's studio. 3 years later. Yeah, I was on about the globe light.
Love Nest one, I think.
No, It's no. Sorry for getting upset. You see, I do all the records for this tournament scene. So everyone else is like, oh, when Paula, and I'm like, no,
Wait,
no.
Loveness
This was
did win a big
Tuesday, the
tournament.
13th of November. It was 2:05, and it was
Yeah,
Nagano versus
2018,
Isildur.
2019?
Yeah, 2019.
Oh.
It was just those. We're on about the mechanized versus Ostruped.
That was at 80 hertz.
You've ruined my anecdote with your terrible memory. What drugs have you been taking in your 20s?
Was Stormless there? Yes or no?
Yes, he was there. You were there. I was there. Stormless was there. Relative girlfriends were there. Your brother was there. And you were in a safe place.
Were there snacks?
There were snacks. What is wrong with your brain?
Hell.
You were there.
Well,
You were casting.
If I was there, Bob. I don't know.
Anyway, my anecdote's been actually derailed. My memories of Amelie Fields with Isildur is not a pleasant memory. It's just like Pack 40 Stewart. I remember casting it and trying to hype it, and me and Stormless at the time, we had the timings down, like, on the back of an envelope. 4 minutes 20. First pack shot from the south to the north on Amelie, behind the bush. It was just like...
Do a ticker tape cast.
But
yeah, like, Isildur is that, like, prolific, though, isn't he? He's the Alan Shearer of CoH2 at the moment.
Or the Cristiano Ronaldo kind of Homelander style. I don't know. He's that OP.
But yeah, I think OrangePest picking there first, and we all knowing that now on Amelie, he must have a reason. Matt. Because everybody's thinking USFOP, but he's got the choice. He won the VP, chance to do that. So don't know. Is it a weird out? Oh, I didn't pick USF.
Yeah, it could be. There could be an element of that, but it could just be trying to throw us, trying to be unpredictable. Or maybe he's got some commander we've not seen yet.
He did advise Elpen in GCS 3, which I was there in more recent memory. He did advise Elpen to go OKW in Game 5 against Loveness.
Like, Elpen should not have solicited any advice off anybody, in my opinion. He should have literally just banned Gibber and OrangePest from talking to him, because they were living vicariously through him. But it was Alpern who was trying to win that epic trophy. Yeah. I don't even care about the $1,000.
I think Loveness still.
I don't know. I don't agree. Alpen was not in his comfort zone as OKW. He didn't, for example, didn't want to use Rakettenwerfer, which, in my opinion, I know they're not the best AT guns, but in a tournament setting, you kind of have to use them, especially on Crossroads.
Yeah. He just with a Puma as well on a T-34 kill.
Yeah,
there's a lot of moments.
You're making up for it on the memory now. You're making up for it now.
Yeah, don't ask me before 2020 of anything. I think. Best things forgotten.
Replay invite sent, by the way, to the party. There we go. Got you.
Oh, I'm still in the whoopsies.
Don't forget to go get your RAM back then. Go back out the game and
to see the VPs of Game 4.
Are you happy with your RAM? You don't think you're going to bug splat? Are you okay? You got a good PC these days, yeah?
Yeah, don't even let RAM question, else my PC will hear it and start doubting.
Start hyperventilating.
Come out everywhere, so we just keep Storm and carry on. There is a General Ed's game, though. I wonder who that guy is.
Oh, that's General Ed.
He's either just the general version of an Ed or a very high-ranking officer. He's playing 1 versus AI in a 4v4. But here we go. Good stuff, Matt.
Yeah, good stuff. We were heading into Amelie Fields. Isildur's on my left side, but I've got an unfamiliar presence on the right side. It's not Nagano in a grand final, 5th game this time. It's going to be OrangePest. I can confirm, as at the point of loading in, I'm 2 minutes and 22 seconds, so we're definitely going to see a 2-2-2 this game, away from it being live. And let's talk...
The numbers, Mason.
Let's talk strategy. What do they mean, Mason? Let's talk strategy. Let's talk tactics. Guys... You're OrangePest. You're from the south as Wehrmacht. How do you make this happen? Given that you can't go 2 MGs, 2 packs on Amelie Fields, what are you going to do? You're up against one of the greatest players in CoH history by far. How are you going to get this done? I'd assume the fetal position and put my thumb in my mouth. What would you do, Ed?
I would control Group 1, all my units, regardless of their gender and race and position and role in the game, and A-click them towards the enemy's cutoff and stay there as long as I can until someone gets pissed off. That's probably about as much chance I would ever have against Isildur. But with OrangePest, I think what we saw in Game 4 a bit better from him was when he stole the enemy's pack gun. He used the pack gun very well with his combined bushes, and he came in from different angles all at once and swarmed Isildur. But as Austere, you're not going to get that same luxury, I feel. And he doesn't. Well, I don't want to give anything away, but from the doctrines I see, they're not all too inspiring for me. But I do see inspiring doctrines from Isildur.
Okay.
Very different. So
yeah, well, he's lost some of the best doctrines he had, you know. So, and he obviously he's lost two of the most powerful doctrines already.
Yeah, yeah.
And OrangePest has only lost one.
Now, the real ones.
Right, we're 44 seconds away. Let's make this YouTube worthy. Let's go hard. We're going to Game 5. Can I get some hype in this dead body of a scene? I mean, poor old A has to keep resurrecting this corpse because I've got no other hobbies and no friends to speak of, so I have to keep resurrecting it to give me something to do on the weekend. Come on, guys! One... Right, give me 10 cc's of adrenaline. 10 cc's of adrenaline. Right, Ed, get the defibrillators. We're going to resurrect CoH2 yet again. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Woo, come on.
Let's go.
Grab your friends, it's time to see a little bit more variety. With one of each and every unit, it's the diversity. Right, Ed, give us an intro to be proud of. We're looking at OrangePest in the south. Let's go.
OrangePest, more like the Swedish untiltable man mountain. And he's coming up from with the old Ostrypen doctrine. So he's going to Isildur the Isildur with this. And it's all to play for Game 5, folks. We've finally made it here. Amelie Fields. I don't know. Different map calls for different resources. And yeah, speaking of which, what have we got in the north map for Isildur?
Well, we've got an interesting commander indeed. It's Airborne Company, meaning he can drop para. Well, of course, they're from the sky. The heavy machine guns, 50 cals. You can also get the troopers of a para variety and Pathfinders. You can see those same Pathfinders coming onto the field right now. These aren't the Iron Ore Pathfinders we saw in Game 2, which so cruelly brutalated, not a word, don't worry, brutalized Isildur's machine gun. Now, just before Ed has the temerity to say something during this cast, I want to talk about the fact that OrangePest had victory point control. That's right, ladies and germs. He had victory point control, but Ed, he chose to play as Wehrmacht. What is the boy thinking?
Just absolute Chad, you know, monster energy induced decision making there, I think. You know, this is Game 5. They're very tired. It could be a bit of that, or it could just be an absolute flex and be like, you know what, I don't need your USF to beat Isildur, even though he's only beaten Isildur with USF today. He's gonna do the old-fashioned way and try and slap him about with Austere. So why not, Matt? It flips the chart a bit, and yeah, I'm liking it. Bit of wiring off in the east already, though.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's become in vogue. The first person I ever saw do that was Angry Dutchman, of all people, famously the third place winner of GCS 3. Now, I'm going to answer the question of why Wehrmacht this way with a Michael Bay style overview of Amelie Fields. Notice anything, chat? It's a barren, desolate wasteland out there, Captain Darling. To quote General Melchett from Blackadder Goes Forth, it's a very open map, meaning, of course, Wehrmacht have a bit of an advantage on paper.
Yeah, I think auto match experience as well as tournament experience on Amelie is what's back in OrangePest's decision to get serious.
Classic play here, yes, indeed. Ed spotted it.
No, I just wanted to say, like, with the... Yeah, you go, Matt, you go.
The cut-off is what I'm on about. He's pushed the MG up, the Ostrypen going for him. Dev M styly straight through the centre of the map, all the way to the cut-off. However, the MG, it's hard pushed away. That's fallen on its face.
Yeah, just... The Pioneers, not with the MG42s, contrasting styles. You know, Isildur, they were glued together almost, joined at the hip. Oh, as an Ostroupen drops a lieutenant model before leaving. That's a bit of a slap in the face.
Feels like you've won a carnival game when they
Yes.
finally they finally hit something. You're not meant to win.
OrangePest is done.
Yeah, he's had all of his luck for the game now. The Ostroupen have killed something. So here we go. We've got fuel connected for OrangePest, but for how long? The Pathfinder's actually going to wait behind heavy cover rather than try to cap or decap that fuel. So both players will have access to early vehicles at this rate.
Nice early retreat from Isildur. Knew he was going to get suppressed. Couldn't get out of there in time with his rifleman, so brings him back to fight again another day. Get him back out on the field quickly. Good heads-up play from him. See the P-Grens locked in. Flamer in tow for OrangePest. Bit of a misplay there, I think, with the attempted cut-off. Not supporting his MG42 enough. And that's been quite a recurring thing for OrangePest these finals. But here we are, Game 5. It doesn't matter how he got here, he's here.
He is indeed, and we've got the Pathfinders now harassing the fuel, so OrangePest wants to do the same. The Pioneers have a lot of work to do. They're pushing the Lieutenant around. The M20 is about to hit the field, as is the 50 cal, not the airdrop variety. No, 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 he's built this the hard way.
So you see the real Pathfinders, not the INR variant, holding that fuel in the east. Just good work from Isildur.
Ostroupen will be there for a long time. They're probably not going to be able to do it. Meanwhile, Lieutenant's getting shredded and burnt alive there.
M20 already on the field, 4 minutes in. No 222 to be seen. Or even tier 2 to be built. Because the Pioneers have been busy flaming away a bit too much for that. So, these time windows rough for OrangePest at the moment. And he can't afford the Shreks either for P-Grens.
No. Looks like in the east, Ostroupen may win against the Pathfinders. We'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, we have to be careful with the Panzer Grenadiers because they're going to get surrounded. Oh, it's only a rear echelon retreat. They should be fine. They are behind the tank traps as well.
There's going to be good cut-off play from Isildur, though. This is pretty painful stuff for OrangePest. He's falling into the same trap of splitting his units. Look how split up the P-Grens are from the Ostroupen, for example, or the MG. It's just too much too early on. He's got to settle down, cover each other's retreat paths in a consolidated fashion in the early game. Just like Isildur did, but still lost anyway last game.
Yeah, that's a good point. So, I mean, he's definitely going to be going for a bit of the late game in this particular OrangePest. He is Wehrmacht, he is Amelie Field. He has to survive the early onslaught from Isildur, who did a great tag-in with his rifleman to claim the the eastern fuel. It is actually the east. I always say south, but it's actually pretty much on the same latitude as the west. Yeah, it's the exact same latitude as the map's tilted. We've been living a lie all this time.
There you go. Map breaking new codes every day. 2-2 is out on the field. It's 6 minutes. It's okay timing, but it's not great.
Importantly, it will rescue the fuel for Mr. Pest, who's now fighting back for victory points, having been under a triple cap and losing 49 of the Blighters.
Yeah, but more importantly, King Stuart is ready to reign supreme in about 2 fuel time. We'll see if Isildur goes for it.
Yeah, of course he will. He just wants the manpower now. It's a little bit more. There we go. Oh, it's only 270. That's more than I thought, to be honest. Less than I thought, rather.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see whether he goes captain like he did in game 1, or Stuart and really surround the pound. No tellers down, and I don't think there's been an there has been one M6.
Where? Go on, Ed.
Dirty. Near the eastern VP on the road to it.
There we go. We can see it light as day on this setting on the ML version of Amelie Fields. It's a little bit easier to spot mines, you'll notice. Your own
trying
mines.
to flank round the 50 cal as well. As you see, it's just the M20 working overtime. Such good covering play from Isildur.
Here comes the Panzer Grenadiers to help out as well. They've got a bundle. No, they haven't. They need 35 munitions in order to access that thing. 50 cal's going to set up now, force those Panzer Grenadiers back. There is a med bunker and base waiting for them.
Yep, it's going to be captain as the play, so I think he wants, due to this longer range map, I think he wants that AT gun. go towards a fast Sherman with 2 commanders. It's a lot of squads for Oster to deal with.
It is indeed, and the Ostroupen are in a perfect position to pick up these support weapons in base. Of course, getting the MG34 and the PaK-40. It's going to be a... Well, I think what OrangePest has calculated is this, Ed. It's Wehrmacht City Amelie Fields, and he's going to have access, thanks to this commander, to 2 machine guns. I think that's an interesting choice.
Yep. Good call in there. Supply drop, 375 manpower, but he's now got the PaK gun to support his 2-2. And it's straight into an AT gun, yeah, from Isildur, so it's only got 1 light vehicle to deal with. This gives OrangePest a glimmer of hope, I think. Nice doctrine choice.
Did you know that this isn't a 2-2-2, it's a 3-2-2? It clearly says it on the side of the vehicle.
Yeah. And then like a Mark II as well. In
okay.
Keeps us on our toes. Here we go. MG42 leading the charge. Jaegers. I feel really critical, but I'm not just being critical of OrangePest, folks. It's just a bugbear of mine, I think. You need men in front of the MG42, but
Yeah,
works out
true,
just the same on the Western VP front.
Does indeed, forcing away the captain with the 2-2-2. His play has been good with the scout car so far, but he just incurs a big shot there from the M1AT gun, but reverses behind the safety of this world building, it's called. Meanwhile, we've got the PaK-40 coming to help out against the M20. Couldn't get the Faust off, though, thanks to the 50 cal. That could have been a lot worse for Isildur had that gone differently. But it didn't.
They got, he's missed a trick here, though, with crewing the MG34 with the Ostroupen models. If he did it with the Pioneers,
oh yeah,
it's almost like a self-spotting MG34. I think if Lord Jibber Jabber can correct me, maybe. But whoa, 222 living on the edge.
yes, it is.
Aerosmith Gaming. Oh, that's...
It's halfway there to death in this case. Take a chance on living on a prayer. That's not Aerosmith, that's Bon Jovi. Oh damn, my joke failed miserably. They're kind of the same, though,
similar
aren't they?
bands.
Yeah,
names,
similar indeed.
songs.
Just cheasy American pop. Like
Although
Nickelback for the
Aerosmith were
90s.
ones, Bon Jovi's a bit like, yeah. I love them both, but
Really?
I think Aerosmith were the true rockers, be
It's kind of like your mum's CD in your car growing up, isn't it? Anyway, we've got paratroopers here. They're about to pop those M1919 A6s. And the support weapons are going to be absolutely diddly done for. Snap out of it, Neddy. He's going to have to retreat back to base.
Just so many units already. And like, here we are thinking you gotta have 3 rifles or, 4 LMG Grens. Well, we're seeing CoH2 played a completely different way.
It makes it so better because there's less Fausts. I've always preferred there being slightly fewer Fausts.
Yeah,
And
light vehicles can actually play.
yeah, exactly. It's like hopefully how CoH3 will play, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Lieutenant forced away. Ostroupen and an MG watch them back. Meanwhile, in the west, we've got an LMG Grenadier, and the 222 still surviving. No, no, no. Not for much longer. It was the 50 cal claiming the kill. In the east, meanwhile, Panzer Grenadiers somehow surviving against Riflemen. OrangePest is getting pushed hard here.
Yeah, I wonder if he's regretting picking Oster. Because even though it is a big wide-on map, along comes Pathfinders and just makes it advantage USF with that vision and extra squads with the captain.
Oh, it's
really
the airborne as well you really have to watch out for now. Those paratroopers with the LMGs flanking your support weapons, eating them alive, churning them up.
120 munitions, but Isildur's munitions control this whole game has been so good. He's even pumped out an M6 mine. Could do more. 53 munitions a minute.
Why did he do this? Alpern, OrangePest recommended you play OKW in Game 5 of GCS 3. The next Game 5 we have of kind of like Master League style tournaments, I suppose. It's a bit of a weird one. He again goes for a weird faction choice. What is up with the lad? What is wrong with him? Can't he just...
He's just got final game stage fright of best of 5s. I don't know. But what I do know is Isildur's consummately, he's in a comfort zone now, really, isn't he?
Just got to go for the W. Don't care if the crowd whinge about not seeing OKW or whatever. Just go for the W.
Yeah, we see double fuel now for Isildur. Major already out, so I give it about 2 minutes until the King Sherman arrives, and could be curtains for OrangePest. But whatever's happened, he did make it to game 5, and he got that expert game 2 5-minute speed chest GG. That's
you don't get points for that.
well.
Oh, the
No,
MG's
you don't get
sending
points.
forward his cohort of henchmen, and they're going to get eaten alive by the airport. Oh, such a strange mechanic to look at. Look at that.
Yeah, the crew miles in front of the MG gunner. It is a bit weird. Came in 2 patches ago or 1 patch ago, can't quite remember. But tough game now for OrangePest. Just trying to roast some Pathfinders, go down swinging at least with his Vet 3 Pioneer Flamer squad.
Alright, I'm just grilling Alpern for not answering my question. I think he phased me out. He tuned me out that he was in my chat. To be fair, I do mute cast sometimes myself. It's not like nice to listen to the incessant shouting of human man children all the time.
Didn't even get the decap on the left of the P-Grens. This is rough stuff for OrangePest now. Can build the artillery field officer with this doctrine, but I don't think he's going to do much.
No, Alpern, the question was...
Ostwind again.
Oh, sorry, Ed, for interrupting.
No, there was.
The question was, Alpern, OrangePest was key to advising you to play OKW in Game 5 of GCS 3, and here he is again, going for a weird faction pick, having had VP win in a Game 5. What's up with the lad? Why the hell doesn't he just do the obvious? It sounded better the first time. I'm a little bit tired. Ah, exactly, Alpern. That's what I'm saying. He clearly thinks OKW is the pick. Why didn't he go OKW?
USF wasn't the problem. It was OKW all along. Fair enough, fair enough.
I mean, on the bright side, he has drained Isildur's victory point count slightly.
I think maybe it was a bit of an out, or to view it more positively like you did, Matt. Perhaps just wanted to throw a curveball in there, but I don't know.
I don't know.
What I really don't know is why mobile defense was never picked. Probably the best thing us to have for this very game.
Pumas are really good at this level of play as well. They're really snappy.
Especially against USF like Sherman as well, it can even handle itself a bit. Back up by a pack gun. Must be a reason that I'm not understanding though. Ooh, it's the 50 cal. Oh, and the nade combo. P-Grens forced backwards and the Sherman's out, prancing around. Freddie Mercury of medium armor as he blasts a tractor for no good reason. We are going to see a P4 though, Matt. A glimmer of hope. Just a little one.
I'll try and message Isildur. Well, assuming maybe we'll get a massive comeback victory from OrangePest. I finally want an interview with Isildur after the tournament. Someone tell him in Steam, he wants an interview with you. Don't go anywhere. If he wins, that is. Don't do it now, because we don't know if he's going to win or not. We need to be on the right lines of BM. We don't want to BM OrangePest there, because he is capable of great things. Just possibly not in this game, by the looks of it. It's not looking good, Ed.
Role playing is late game. Upstairs is OrangePest waiting for Steiner's reinforcements that aren't coming.
Everybody not named L. Sims, Aerofield, and Johannes, please leave the room right now. Because OrangePest is relying on a miracle. Phantom units being moved around the map. He needs a lot more than he's currently got. He's got teenagers with Panzerfausts staring down the barrel of a T-34's gun. Metaphorically speaking, of course.
And even with the little ability of supply drop, OrangePest just hasn't been able to get anything going. It's pretty hard to watch for him. He is a great player. Awesome micro lord. And has taken 2 games off the best player in CoH2 at the moment. That's nothing to be sniffed at, but
Just...
yeah, Isildur just consistent to the end. And got his USF.
I just want to see a fair game. Can we just say this game doesn't count and OrangePest has to play USF to make it fair? But I think the big win for OrangePest is he was able to drain one of Isildur's 500 victory points. So, you know, it's all good.
Yeah, it's not a clean wipe.
Time for 5 odds. Well, Angron of New Syria, the weaker player on paper, elected to go Wehrmacht in this game. So it would have worked out as a great system. It would have been a really fair G5. Would have had the stronger player on the slightly weaker faction. But alas, we didn't. Oh, we wiped the M1 there. Yep. And he's pushing back, Ed. Let's put some respect on OrangePest's name. 35 victory points. Come on!
This is when OrangePest really gets into gear, folks. 2 MGs. He's got 1 for 1 VP each. That's all he needs. What if Isildur goes Scott, though? It'll be the worst day of OrangePest's life. But until then, it's got 2 VPs and a dream. Right, rear echelon's pushing in, nearly vet 3. We've got the Sherman and the Major, who's got artillery in his pocket and he's not afraid to use it. Meanwhile, on the west, we've got MG42 setting up on the western victory point because he's only got 34 of the buggers left. And he does, if he gets 200 munitions, he would be able to use the Schwer Gustav now. Well, you've done it, Matt. You've really done it now. You've found the game mode to make USF OP. Who knew? The sad bit is Barfinders in the end, so if anybody just comes in for game 5, they're going to be like, yeah, Barfinders OP, yeah, that's oh, we've just made another generation of Barfinder spam players in team games. Oh, as Captain may go down on the west-hand side. Yeah. A lot of damage done to him. Meanwhile, Panzer Grenadiers in the centre. Pack 40 chilling. We've got the Ostrupen capping in the east. 34 victory points remain. We've got the Scott coming out. OrangePest hits 100 fuel now. What's he going to do with the rest of it? There we go. We're going to get a Stug next. Can he hold the line? Can he make an amazing, improbable, incredible comeback? Hey. It's getting 2 caps back under the VP's control. The Scott is in the build. Blech. Out for beast. 6 kills on the Sherman. Hasn't done too much damage, luckily, so damage control check. But yeah, Vet 3 Pioneer's going to fix up this fall super fast. And yeah, it's basically a mini game now of getting rid of those Pathfinders to reduce the impact of this Scott. Else they're going to be firing, barraging from miles away with free vision. Looney says, why did OrangePest go sniper? He hasn't had the manpower or the comfort to go sniper. Usually it's something you go for when you've got a little bit of wiggle room as Wehrmacht, and quite frankly, he's been strangled to death. It's not the time to invest in a 340 manpower unit that's a glass cannon when you can barely survive as it is. Don't worry, Dingerschutz will win the day. Oh, he's pushing in here. The Sherman is under attack. He's gotten past the M1's gaze. Here comes his Pack 40. He's running into bored up Rifleman, though, with the M20 on the other side. He gets a Faust on the Scott. Can the Pack 40 finish him before he dies? Yes, he can. Panzer 4 comes in here. He's going to go for the Scott next. Where's that Sherman at? Sherman's out of the picture. We've got the Stug pushing in. Looking for the Sherman. Can't quite get him. Crucially, oh no, the airborne officer isn't capping a VP. Stug's going into base, Ed! He's going into base, he wants the Sherman! You've never seen a Stug here before! Step Stug! This isn't where I usually find you. Here we got the Panzer 4 as well. Stug wants the kill. Oh, misses! No! Panzer 4 doesn't miss. Out of control goes the Stug. We've disabled firing out of control in Master League. Panzer 4 gets the kill, but to what end? Needs to survive now somehow. Goes the wrong way. Needs to reverse away probably. Oh, pathing, driving, whatever you want to blame. What is it doing? To assert dominance. No. Oh, Zook's OP. We are building a second Ostriper note, disqualifying himself. Therefore, we go to game 6, folks.
We have to start again now. He's accidentally built another Ostriper, everybody. Oh, the BM! Disqualified. And he's gone. Oh, no, bless him. He's taking them back to base. He realises in the last moment.
Oh, no.
But no, he's not disqualified.
Sink 200 manpower.
He never used them, everybody. He's taking them back into base. So
Managed
sad.
to get the VPs though, just before the end. Absolute top tier gaming.
It was Steiner's forces. They finally arrived, everybody. They were real all this time. Wow. Herr OrangePest did have a plan. They finally appeared. The reinforcements arrived. But unfortunately, it didn't matter. OrangePest, I think, because it got stuck in the wreck. So if you look here, maybe there was a wreck or something. Other than that, it was probably a misclick. If it either got stuck in a wreck or it was a misclick, there's two possibilities there. Very easy to misclick when you got something shaped like a massive kidney. I think that is just asking for misclicks, to be honest, because you think you're going one way. Uno flip reverse. No, you're not. Well played, OrangePest. GG, well played. Please explain. Now let's get him on Discord and let's see if we'll actually get an interview out of Isildur today. No, he's gone offline. Of course he has. Always dodging the interview. Let's call him out for what he is. He's very good at coming here, so I won't call him a coward. That would be too mean. How do I get him in this call? I don't know how life works. Oh, here we go. Create group DM. That adds him to call. There we go.
What?
How's it going, mate?
Hey, well played.
Hold on. I have to lower the volume.
Well, first of all, very well played. Let's get that out of the way. Second of all, why on earth did you go for Wehrmacht?
Double MGLP. I was, I don't know. I imagine the P4 Stug and the Lake Imbrumba would have been enough. But the problem was, I just didn't execute the right side well enough, and the M20 in this format is just
it's brutal. It's absolutely disgusting. Isn't
yeah,
it?
it's because you have some like two main lines essentially, and you send one off to the edge of the map, and you just send a super cheap M20, and it's just you can't do much. And so that happens over and over again, and so you have to consolidate one side of the map.
Oh yeah, well, Ed kept pointing out. I mean, maybe you should just, I don't know, give up on the other side of the map.
Don't listen to the cast OrangePest, because I had quite a lot of times where you're splitting your forces and that. I didn't. Yeah.
He immediately spirals out of control with a Sherman and a Scott, and then you just die, which is a big problem.
But I mean, really well played as USF.
I should have just played better.
Yeah, your USF pushes were really cool, man, and you gave it a really good go, especially on Feynmanville. But it's just, I think I see what you were doing on Amelie. 2 MGs, pack. It is Amelie Fields, but I just really do think USF OP in this format, and I think.
Well, I've never played. I never practiced on this map, so I didn't actually expect to play on it. So I had like no experience. I just went with like I knew what to play because I haven't done Airborne against Fur at all, and I hadn't really played the map, so it's better to play something at least and do how to play, which was Ostrupen.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a bad idea, but as soon as those M1919s kicked in and the bars were upgraded and the Pathfinders were like flanking,
you just get overrun half the time.
Yeah, it was brutal. But well played. I mean,
have snares.
There is an alternate reality where you just went US and won the tournament versus Isildur.
Yeah, but I feel like I would. If I did that, I feel like I would have been like, I don't know, it doesn't feel right. Because if you want to like prove yourself to be better, you gotta win with the weaker faction, right?
I don't know. I think just
take
the W and then worry about that.
I want to win with I want to win with the weaker stuff.
It's like putting 16-ounce gloves on Tyson Fury or something against 8-ounce gloves. But yeah, respectable last game pick to try and do that OrangePest. But beat Isildur first in the tournament, and then you can win.
OrangePest. There's some people that have the theory that it's like you make it into a like you can't lose situation if you play like with an underpowered faction in a scenario where you had pick. Like everybody can't be like, oh, OrangePest failed. is there a possibility that you were scared of failure if you had USF in that scenario?
I lose to Isildur all the time. I have like no fear.
Fair enough.
I get like the opposite of fear when I like everyone but Isildur I get nervous, but never Isildur. I mean, I don't know why. I just play better when I'm up against them.
Yeah, you kind of got nothing to lose vibe because.
Yeah, you got no
the
pressure,
top.
right? And then it's like
Yeah,
you
go
just
for
do
it.
something really stupid or like incredibly weird, and it just kind of works because he doesn't know what to do.
Some great pushes though on Famenville where you're coming at different angles, you know, like random pop-up Sherman coming through the base. It was
Yeah, that was more or less just my experience playing Co-1 because I realized you can do very, very broad flanks.
yeah.
And so I just kept doing that, and I feel like the random stewards popping up in his base.
That was
the
epic.
rebuild
Yeah.
of the Stewart just to
Yeah,
keep.
because he would always overcommit like a Panzer IV or something to deal with the shitty
Yeah.
steward that I had so many resources to spare on, and then I could just dive the rest of his army and he just folds.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah,
good a good shout. It was a good game. Big questions for the future though. I mean, Isildur clearly has mastered this tac map style. He basically took what Love Nest does and kind of you do to an extent, but your risk profile's a little bit different. He's a little bit more reserved. They both are, and he kind of perfected it. Let's face it. Nagano kind of can give him a good game on his day, but more 4 times out of 5 he beats Nagano, and Nagano's the only one that can beat him in a best of 5. So that's kind of how we ended with the game for CoH2. But for CoH3 OrangePest, do you see it as like a new leaf, like an opportunity to close the gap on Isildur?
I think CoH3 will play very, very differently, and in a way where you can't just because what CoH2 is currently, it's like 2 big front lines, and it's kind of stationary, and then you just kind of grind against each other. But if CoH3 makes MGs far less powerful, that kind of style of play won't work, and then you can just play like because you can't really play aggressively in general in vanilla Co.
It's almost
you
as
get
though
punished too hard half the time.
Devon was one of our best chances against Isildur before he got hired.
I remember I watched Devon and like WCS and like others, like when they all stupid ones at their peak, right? And even he couldn't do anything. He just get shut out the map immediately.
But still, he was one of our best chances. But him getting hired for Relic and kind of like pushing that
Co-1
style.
that benefits me. So
yeah, now it does. Yeah, because he can't play anymore. But he pushes for this light vehicle aggro USF style, right?
For like the same play style I use, which is just super aggressive, timing pushes and just catching people off guard.
And have you seen the DAC yet? The DAC is like USF on steroids.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna play DAC. I'm gonna play Ver, and I'm just gonna make them super aggressive anyway.
Okay.
One size fits all for OrangePest. But yeah, good games though today, OrangePest. I think that speed chess moment where he 5-minute GG Isildur, that was
I thought he thought it was the flare, like the decoy, because I caught him right as he set up, and because he hesitated for like that 1 second, immediately just died. From there, it's just
and it hard kills the gun as well. People don't realize
it's brutal.
I was surprised by that. Yeah, it's you can't react to it in time, and then there's no machine gun left.
It has to be your setup.
Yeah.
And then he drops and you react immediately. But if you're mid setup, you can't dodge it.
That's so brutal.
It's disgusting.
I wish they kept balancing, but they
Well, it doesn't matter because like in vanilla, you can't even play Pathfinders without losing the game.
Oh, fair enough. Well, anyway, it's been a pleasure, OrangePest. As always, you did a really good game. You had an amazing game, 1 versus Elpern. That was legendary. So well played for that, in certain. What do you win for this one? You win the Courage Award for actually doing an interview after a tournament. I think I should start deducting from... I told myself I would start deducting from Isildur's prize purses because he always goes AFK as soon as the tournament's over, but I've neglected to actually put that in the rules. I would have given it to the Ed 80 Hertz kebab charity.
Oh god, I don't think I need any more of that. Liposuction, maybe.
So what do you get out of this?
On OnlyFans. But yeah, OrangePest gets $100.
$120 and CoH3. Did you have CoH3 already, OrangePest?
Yeah.
Oh, so you got 2 copies now. Wow.
Smurf account already set up.
I get like a key, right? Not like a Steam gift.
You get it as a key, yeah. So you can do whatever you want with it.
Because then I can give it away.
Yeah, you give it to a friend or give it to like maybe go on a Tinder date and give it to you.
Someone I would get to like at least 4th place and give them the game.
Oh, that's nice. There you go.
Good stuff. Yeah. Well played, and thank you for doing a little interview afterwards as well, OrangePest. Your brain must be fried after 5 games
I'm
against
actually,
Isildur.
I'm kind of alright. I'm probably just gonna go play Total War after this.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough.
that'll soothe anybody's brain, so long as you're not playing Skaven.
Hmm.
But well played today, mate. GG's.
GG's.
And thanks to everybody for watching. Thanks to the donators. I'll quickly read their names out. And thanks to Ed for casting. Did a great job, as per usual.
Thanks for having me.
The donators were in trickle-down economics order. They were Flyerton, Mr. Davis, D. Garner, Staines, Mr. Lahnor, Authoritar, Mr. Lawson, Mr. Gardner, Mr. Keel, Atif, who also donated GCS3, thank you, Mr. Higas, Mr. Varga, Mr. Lawson, Gunther, big donator in the past to many tournaments, Mr. Chen, and Mr. Rawlinson, and OrangePest receives $120 of that. And Isildur 300. Thanks everybody for watching so much, and hopefully we'll see you sooner rather than later. Cheers. Grab your friends, it's time to see a little bit more variety. With one of each and every unit, it's the diversity.